several weeks before that day, back in Akihabara.
Hello, Princess.
Good day, Princess!
Morning, Princess!
Good morning, everyone! Miss Allie, things are quickly changing in Akihabara every day. And I've noticed that more people of the land are arriving.
Linethia's marriage.
The issue we're currently facing, in regard to lunar communication, is the development of electronic circuits required for a high-precision sensor.
So I guess it's not a monetary issue, it's a technical one.
By sustaining communication with the moon, the goal is to oscillate between this world and reality, or rather, Earth, right?
But is that even possible? Sounds iffy.
We have no choice but to try, Marie.
A report has come in from DDD. We have finally found a way to communicate with my lord.
They found Krusty?
He's now on the continent, right?
To think that he's with Konami of all people.
We will be sure to update you on the details on a later date once we make contact with him.
So, anything left to discuss?
Actually, there is one more thing.
Correct. The results of the Fairy Ring report from Honesty.
My lord, everything's okay.
Thank you, Akatsuki.
Oh, sorry.
Pardon me.
Hey, those are Honesty members, right?
Yes, my lord. They must be worried.
The group hit a complete deadlock after their attempt to probe the fairy ring. Magical runes, what we call fairy rings, are the method we use for long-distance teleportation. You can travel from one ring to the next, but since they were controlled using a complex timetable, cheat sheet sites were a necessity, back when this world was just a game. After the apocalypse, we've been unable to check the timetable, so Honesty took over its investigation. However, despite the large sum of money spent, they achieved 0 results.
Leeches. I've heard several people refer to them by that name.
But we can't put all the blame on Honesty's shoulders. Although, Honesty has been rapidly growing in numbers. They're taking in deserters from minor guilds, and wandering adventurers coming to Akihabara. I think that's also one of the reasons they're inciting hostility. As for Ainz, it's likely his motives are about helping the adventurers having a hard time adjusting to this world.
Hey, Shiro! Guests have just arrived in Akihabara!
My groupies have finally arrived and Natsuko is jealous of me! They're nobles, the people of the land, right?
They kinda remind me of the Conference of Lords.
The Cowan family in my Hama bears that coat of arms.
Wow, you actually remember their crest?
Don't forget that I infiltrated my Hama. It's one of my feminine powers. My lord?
Princess! Elisa, you're very late. And why aren't you in uniform?
Word from my Hama. Madame Sarlia has paid you a visit.
It's been a long time. Welcome, Mother.
It appears that your stay here has been a pleasant one. You're safe and sound. I am happy to see it, Linesia.
Saralia Sulu Arte Cohen.
So that lady is the mother of our princess?
She is renowned for her talents since her youth. She is commonly known as the Pearl of Eastal.
I heard that Lord Sergiad once said that he secretly wished Saralia was a man.
Mother has been helping grandfather with state affairs since her childhood. She makes particular use of her talents in diplomacy, and our people have great trust in her.
Oh, how delicious.
It's Black Rose tea, ma'am.
Unfortunately, I'm called the Winter Rose of Eastal, in accordance with my mother's nickname.
I've heard reports that new trade routes are being created in each territory due to the adventurers' movements. Air routes are under development as well.
Oh, you must be talking about the work of Sir Woodstock of Glendale. I've been informed that they are delivering letters.
What is your take on the scale and influence of the adventurers' businesses? Please, enlighten me with your wisdom.
I know why she asks these things, but it always makes me nervous. I wish she understood how it feels to live in her shadow.
I notice Sir Krusty is not in town, unless you know something I don't.
No, is something the matter?
I wouldn't say that. You'll hear about your engagement in 2 weeks' time.
Huh?
It was Sir Tori of the Saigu family who requested it personally. He is the head of the family.
I'm engaged to be married?
Lanessia,
Yes?
you must prepare yourself, so you will have no regrets.
Right. Elisa.
Yes, I'm here, Princess. You shouldn't pinch your cheeks like that. It's not going to make anything better, you know. You're just torturing yourself for no reason. Princess, about earlier.
I suppose it's all right, I guess. I always knew this was going to happen. Just not this soon. Of course, I'm surprised I'm betrothed to the head of the Saigu family. Although, this engagement might actually come with 3 meals and a nap this time. Of all the families in the current Yamato, the Saigu family definitely has the highest status. I bet their castle is way bigger than ours in my Hama.
You've received many letters, Princess. Sir Yunoki, I remember him. He's a merchant in Tsukuba and wants to have a branch in Akihabara. Princess Lanessia Earhart-Cohen, my Hama advisor to Akihabara.
I'd like to conduct business here. Could you introduce me to merchants in Akihabara?
I can pursue my education if I come to Akihabara.
Well, I want to find a job and settle down in Akihabara.
I'm prepared to do anything you need, Princess. Please follow what your heart says. I think this will be the season for you to start making your own choices in life. I wonder, in just one lifetime, how many chances do we get to burn with passion? A child would jump right into conflict. Without thinking of the consequences, they may fight with everything they have as if they believe they were born for this purpose alone. How many times will they get to experience that? Most of us will never get to experience that sort of freedom. Not even one time. That's why I think it's time for you to do what you want with your life, Princess. Whether you decide you want to get married, conduct business, or fall madly in love and bear lots of children, I can only imagine what you'll choose. But when you rode that griffin under the control of that wicked man, it turned you into a woman with the ability to stand up and fight for herself. I believe in you, Princess. Whatever obstacles come your way, I know you can face them. And I'll be right there by your side if you need me.
That will be all, Minori. And thank you for always being so helpful to us.
But I'm not really doing that much.
Not true at all. As a matter of fact, I was just speaking with Shiro about how invaluable you've been.
Well then, if you'll excuse me.
Thank you, Minori. So, you got the number?
Yeah, you should be very grateful.
So, 36 people. That's less than I thought it would be. In fact, it's far fewer than I expected.
It would have been quite a commotion if there were more than that.
Spirit Away, aka Log Leap, an investigative report on missing people.
Some of the adventurers went missing. Rumors have been spreading around about it after the apocalypse.
It's probably a coincidence. The likely scenario is they just parted from their comrades. That's one theory, anyway. Another theory is just like Krusty's case.
Where the heck did you go off to, Lycopene?
If I remember correctly, your friend is missing too.
I've become convinced Oshima's missing. I haven't been able to get in touch with him for some time now. In the log of adventurers in your friend list, the names will never disappear, as long as they're within the same server. And yet...
We've also verified that they're not in any of the other servers. Shiro, do you think that these missing people have essentially found a way to return to Earth in reality?
It might be wishful thinking on my part. However, in order to return, I believe that the adventurers needed to give their consent. Terracton, the summoner genius, said, anyone who agrees to offer up their souls shall accept access, and they will then be placed in standby mode while they sleep. Of course, I don't know if they returned to Earth safely. In order to gain confirmation, we'll have to go there and somehow find our way back.
Things are becoming more complicated by the minute, huh? Well, I'll just leave it to the pros. Another issue? Ainz will soon become a problem. Don't you think so, Shiro? He seems to have some connection to Plant Huyuden as well.
Yamato's second largest player city, Minami. Plant Huyuden, the only guild that resides there, has full control over the city and is connected to the Holy Empire Westland. Furthermore, Westland has hostile relations with the League of Freedom Cities Eastal, ruled by the Cohen family. Because of this, we adventurers run the risk of getting dragged into their conflict.
It's just one problem after another.
We've got enough on our plate to get involved right now.
Have some chocolatey latte. It helps your feminine powers.
Feminine powers, huh? Delicious.
Did that lady in the carriage scold you?
Huh?
I saw her in town. Did she bring you bad news? Your forehead got all bunchy in the middle. Just like my lord's does.
It did, huh? To be honest, that lady was my mother. And, as it turns out, my marriage has finally been decided. I don't know how much longer I can stay in Akihabara.
Why don't you tell her no, then?
I could never do such a thing.
Why not?
Because that's just the way I've been raised to behave. You know, it's okay. You don't have to feel sorry for me. Arranged marriages are quite normal.
If that's normal, then why do you look so troubled?
I look troubled? Oh, I see.
For a while there, I thought you were going to date that scary Four Eyes.
Do you mean Sir Krusty? Not at all!
It's just that you seemed concerned for him.
That's because Krusty is a guardian knight. Guardian knights are protectors. So basically it means that he watches over me because it's his job.
Then technically, you could fall in love and it wouldn't be breaking any rules.
Well, we could just as easily be talking about the scary Four Eyes that you're dating, Akatsuki.
My lord isn't scary in the slightest. He's very kind, and he lets me ride on a griffin with him. And besides, we're not dating.
This really stinks. Krusty's not even here when I need him to be. It's making me a little upset.
I bet there will be a rescue operation to find him.
That's not necessary. He's probably spending his time living out a carefree life with a straight face. And if he isn't, I'll bet he looks like he just dropped everything and disappeared right in the middle of battle. Thinking that he doesn't care about anyone. I bet that's just how he looks. I'm a bit disappointed that I can't slap his face.
Employee satisfaction?
If we can assist them, we should create new jobs. Perhaps irrigation or river improvement to promote employment.
Look, we've already said there isn't money.
But we should have the resources. Both Shopping Street 8 and Marine Agency should have a large amount of assets. We can collect the money directly from them.
It's true our guild is big, but don't start thinking we're loaded up with cash. Truth is, we're very poor.
Consider my Hama. Shopping Street 8 built a new trading establishment. That alone must have required over 1.5 million golds of investment.
Oh, well actually, that building isn't under Shopping Street 8's name. It's under the Maihama Trading Facility Management Committee's name. You see, the money was collected from their guild members. This was all taken care of in advance so we could divvy up the rights to use the storage as well as the shop space. Of course, the guild members who didn't invest in advance will pay a much higher price for the rights. The point is, Shopping Street 8 doesn't own it, so we're not making any money off of it.
Now I understand.
So that's how that thing was built.
I'm still kind of confused here.
Don't feel too down about it, Isaac. I didn't understand a single word of it.
I'll get Shiro to explain it to me later.
To concoct a scheme like that proves your guild is powerless. If you're a top trading guild, you show consideration to the average adventurer.
Well, to be fair, the management committee leader is a little over level 50, so he is afraid of battles and doesn't have any crafting subclass. So he decided to start a project only consisting of courtesy visits and admin work. My. Isn't that just incredible?
But this is...
It's not a bad idea. Why don't you guys do that kind of work?
Heinz, listen. The fact is, we do support them in a multitude of ways, so it's not as if we don't want to help. Every one of the adventurers registered at the Adventure Placement Office are above level 50. If you remember, in the beginning, that's the number we aimed for when Krusty was around.
But Mr. Krusty is not here right now. Therefore, this conference is dysfunctional. If we can't make decisions as a whole, then what's the purpose of meeting?
Hey, what the hell do you mean by that?
Our leader is absent. When the Roundtable Conference has no leader, is it even worthy of existence?
That's enough. The Roundtable Conference is sovereign, but it's not a governing organization, and its activities are based on the participants' goodwill. The purpose of meeting is for us to carry out the intentions of all the adventurers in this town, and that includes the people of the land. As for Krusty, he's our representative, but he's not our president. Furthermore, him not being here changes nothing about our main objective.
Then this is nothing but a...
The Roundtable Conference doesn't have the power of compulsion. Projects will be carried out in an amiable fashion, only when all the participating guilds share their approval.
Ainz was probably counting on a higher power, someone like Krusty to be on his side, and that he would push the rest of them into agreeing with him. But it seems he's on his own time.
Even if my lord agrees with Ainz, if the rest of the Round Table Conference doesn't agree, the opinion doesn't get passed.
I understand. Ergo, moving forward, Honesty will seek out our own path.
I must commend you on your work back there, Shiroechi.
Thanks very much, Chief.
But things aren't exactly resolved, right?
Hey, Shiro! Why don't you take a look at my panties? They're nice ones, right? Back off.
I guess things weren't resolved. For now. At the very least, we managed to buy ourselves some more time.
If I remember correctly, that's the crest of the Holy Empire Westland. But that one is the Saigu families.
Mr. Shiro, there's big trouble! Ainz has been turned into a fluke!
There, hush now, Akatsuki.
I'm fully traumatized.
What's going on?
People around town are saying that Westland has officially appointed Ainz as
What?
Yeah, fluke, or a puke. What's it called?
Huh?
The term is actually duke. Yeah, that's it!
Ainz was appointed as a duke in Akihabara?
What does that mean, my lord?
The Round Table Conference. The town of Akihabara. Everything's falling apart. This is all Honesty's doing. Why this path, Ainz? A duke?
That music you played was beautiful. Aw, thanks.
Oh, I almost forgot to ask you. Did your parents find jobs yet?
Yeah, there are so many opportunities for work here in Akihabara. They told me the hometown clubhouse was a big help to them.
Really?
There seems to be more and more people of the land moving here from rural areas just like we did. Luckily, there's a reliable advisor to lend a hand.
That's great! Congrats on landing a new job!
The reliable advisor is Rudy, huh?
Cheers to the Duke of Akihabara!
Did you hear the latest news, Rudy? The Duke said he's going to protect the town of Akihabara.
So I've been told.
This will put an end to all of our troubles.
I'll drink to that.
Cheers!
Is everyone really that excited about Ainz becoming a duke? I feel like there's something I'm missing here.
This is a duke we're talking about! Just living in the same town with one is pretty amazing!
Yeah, I guess that's cool.
This food is delicious. Thank you very much. How thoughtful of you to bring me such a generous gift. You want to know the history of Yamato, is that right?
That's right. Everything you know.
Let's see. Where should I begin the story?
The Duke of Akihabara.
About 600 years ago, a unified nation called the Imperial Dynasty of Westland was born in the Crescent Islands of Yamato. 4 families ruled over this Imperial Dynasty known as the 4 Duke families. The family that ruled Ninetail, the Duke of Ninetail family, provided a vast granary. The Duke of Foreland family, on the Seto Sea, reigned over Foreland. Instead of using their family's namesake, ruling over a prosperous town of Westland was the Duke of Woodell. Last, the Duke of Cowan and Maihama, they cultivated the eastern landscape and granted its citizens their protection. The collaboration of the 4 Duke families supported and established the Imperial Dynasty.
Lanessia's a Cowan. And Ainz is a Duke.
Yeah. Ainz has been appointed a Duke now.
Does that mean he'll have the same amount of power as Lanessia's grandfather?
Out of all the existing noble titles, Duke is the highest rank, second to the king.
Wow, I had no idea. Then this is serious.
About 370 years ago, there was a war against the indigenous inhabitants, called the Alves. The 4 Duke families engaged in an uphill battle once Yamato was invaded by the Alves. The government of the Imperial Dynasty ignored their continued requests for aid in an effort to keep the land territory protected.
So they simply abandoned them, just so they could defend the capital.
And then, both the Foreland and Ninetail regions were destroyed, and a deep rift was created between the Imperial government and the Cowan family in Maihama. If everything ended there, it might have been okay, but...
So what happened?
In the capital city of Kyo, a dungeon was created due to a curse executed by the Alves. They created an army of demons that killed the Imperial King and his family in battle. Somehow the demons were sealed off, but the dynasty was left in shambles. The Duke of Woodell and the Senate persevered, gathered up the survivors, and continued governing in the land of Ikuma. They ordered all the able-bodied citizens of Yamato to rebuild the land territory. However, the Cowan family ignored this order, claiming the new government wasn't the voice of the Imperial King.
So the East and the West have been at odds with each other ever since?
Because of this conflict, the Senate brought in the Saigu family from Ise. They share a bloodline with the last Imperial King. The Saigu family is more or less a cadet branch formed for a female member of the king's family. Her piety took precedence and she gave up the right to succession. And so, the Imperial Dynasty of Westland was retitled as the Holy Empire of Westland, due to the influence of the Saigu family. Their family is highly revered by the people of Yamato, and they acknowledge their authority.
Which means the reason Ainz was hand-selected to be a Duke was because of their authority.
Your report?
Yes, ma'am!
Reporting, ma'am.
I'm sure you're already aware of this, but the Princess Nureha currently holds the advantage. Unfortunately, that means you're sitting ugly on the losing side, Intix. Cooperating with Akihabara after the iridescent coma incident has certainly helped her cause. Many of the adventurers really dig how kind-hearted she is politically.
The sadness we all feel over the division of Yamato is indescribable. A hero in the East is currently fighting the darkness that consumes us. We must help him to heal the wounds that we've all endured, and stand united!
You know, could be wise to curry favor with the Tin Seed Council since half of them are against her.
And the other half is likely just being cautious. I will take care of them.
You sure you want to count on Clan Huyuden's guild funds? I mean, Nureha's their money belt, right?
Tell me, was I not the one who single-handedly managed the guild? Princess Nureha doesn't have that sort of pull.
Say what you will about her, but the girl's got charisma. She's pretty popular, too.
Even though I picked her up from a sewer. Talk about biting the hand that feeds you.
Oh, no love lost, eh? The second report is on Akihabara. Turns out the head of the Saigu family headed there on some business. Not too thrilled about following up on it, though.
Then let's leave it alone. He's only a figurehead without any real power. Just like Nureha. They're 2 little caged birds with big dreams that they'll never achieve.
I wouldn't know. I'm a great investigator, but I can't get into their heads.
I have faith in your abilities to gather up information for me.
Then I guess it's time for my compensation. Today, I'll ask you 2 questions. Remember, you can't refuse or lie. And if I think even for a second that you're lying to me, then you can say goodbye to any more of my reports in the future. Is that understood?
I agree to these terms.
All right, question the first. Why are you suddenly interested in plotting to rule Yamato? To the point of starting a war? What happened to change your motives this much?
I am exactly as I was since the time we were in Tea Party together. My goals have always been ambitious. The rules are the only thing that's changed.
The rules, huh?
There was a time not too long ago when the only thing that mattered to me was being at the top in every raid conquest race. I wanted to ask the players how it felt to lose not against a whole guild, but a single amateur they'd always looked down on. Imagine the schadenfreude. Hey Scrubs, who's on top now? How does it feel after I snatched up that impossible raid from your hands? Are you mad that some tiny group on the sidelines won, laughing at you while you uselessly tried to defeat me? I wanted so badly to ask these questions as I stood high above them, under a deep blue sky. Alas, the rules have suddenly changed. Something far bigger than a simple raid now lies before us. I still have a chance to stand at the top and ask everyone beneath me. Do tell me, how does it feel, getting trampled on by a young woman like me? And having everything you've cherished snatched away in a blink of an eye and tainted with mire.
Even if you succeed, it's not going to bring Konami back to us.
That's not my concern.
By any chance, is her alignment chaotic evil?
You're one smart cookie. But why don't you let me do the talking, okay?
I don't think you're getting it. I don't spook easy, and this woman terrifies me.
Well, I guess I'll ask you the second question. Is the name Jazer ringing any bells?
Can I ask you something? What's with everyone getting all riled up about the new Duke? Is he really that big of a deal? Whoa, what is going on here?
I know that crest. It's the Saigu family.
Wow, that guy was here for the Libra Festival.
I am pleased to welcome your arrival, Viscount Malvis.
Oh my goodness, indeed! If it isn't the Duke of my Hammer's pride, the Winter Rose of Eastor, Miss Linessia, coming out to welcome me in person. Thank you so very much, I am honored. I humbly beg your pardon for greeting this lowly messenger from horseback.
Of course.
I, Umoto Arte Malvis, hereby deliver a letter to you from the Saigu family. I have a verbal message to deliver to you as well. All of the preparations for our matrimony are finally in order. You are requested to arrive with Malves in the capital city of Kyo. Well, you won't need to bring anything. The ceremony and new residence have already been arranged in Kyo. Is a week sufficient for you to prepare for departure?
But that's... I can't leave. My duty is to the people. I cannot abandon them.
Do not worry. Sir Tori Saigu happens to believe that his duties are also to the people of the land in this town. That's why he has newly appointed a Duke of Akihabara. From this day forth, you can rely on Mr. Hines to carry out all your duties.
Far too many people of the land are enthusiastic about the new Duke. There hasn't been a noble in Akihabara until now. The Earthlings in this town have only recently started to establish themselves here on their own. As far as they're concerned, they're merely refugees.
Refugees?
Many of the villages they live in are poor. It's been extremely difficult for them to expand their fields and orchards. Aside from the eldest son, the other sons have no other option but to help the family business. Women also suffer. Only some are lucky enough to marry the eldest son of a farm. If they have any job skills, they can build up their status. If not, they have no place in the village. If they can't hack it, then they might have to leave home.
Yeah, that tracks. Sounds like refugees.
However, quests can change your subclass in Akihabara. Finding such an opportunity is basically a miracle these days. A farmer's subclass could become a sales clerk or an accountant. This town has a lot to offer. It doesn't solve the main issue, that they're still refugees. They can get the boot at any time.
We can't let that happen to them!
But now that Akihabara will have its own duke, they might not need to worry about it anymore.
80% of the ingredients delivered to the Marine Agency come directly from the people of the land. I hate to admit it, but if they stop their trades, we won't be able to keep our business running.
Isn't the core of your business dealing with people in farm villages and mountainous regions?
Well, the Duke of Akihabara's power will probably extend to other regions as well.
I see.
This town is completely dependent on suburban farms. Let's not forget they supply us with our fresh produce.
You mean there's a possibility the people of the land will stop selling food?
At the very least, Honesty has full control over the trading counter with them, so we do have that as an option.
That means that the card Ainz obtains can wield even more power than we initially realized.
I'm concerned that's the least of our worries.
I recently spoke with Mr. Isaac, and he said that the nobles in Maihama are being overly precautious about this matter. Since Akihabara allied with Eastall, the League of Free Cities, it's possible that they could be influenced by the Holy Empire of Westland.
There's no way.
That makes perfect sense to me. Nobles are ranked by higher-ranking nobles, often by the Imperial King himself. So technically that's like saying they're under his control.
Mr. Isaac reassured me that he'd explain things to Lord Serajad, so I don't believe we're in any immediate danger.
Guys, face it. We are so totally screwed.
Poor Karashin. What's with the long face?
That's the way my face always looks.
Nah, usually that cheesy grin of yours is working overtime.
Oh, so now I'm not allowed to hate myself? Even if the banter was a lot of fun, picking a battle with Ainz at the conference has put me in a terrible mood.
But Ainz was in the wrong.
Yeah, but he's a big shot duke now, which means he could become a problem. And that's... Wait, you do know that, right? Right, Isaac?
So what? The Black Sword Knights will side with Maihama. I already said as much to the old man Serajad.
What?
You gotta act quickly if you want to demonstrate sincerity. And Ithris needs me to look after him.
Even so, that's just crazy.
Like you didn't have a secret motive too. I'm sure you anticipated everything that went down with Ainz.
I'm not that good. I highly doubt that Ainz came up with the idea in the first place. Someone must have instigated it.
Cut the crap, Karashin. You had a reason for sending those pale-faced guys over to us, didn't you?
Oh, you mean the guys we asked to assist the knights for their training?
You told us that battle training was necessary before we started trading with the provinces.
Well, I don't remember. Ah, that hurts! All right, look. Those men were former Honesty members.
What?
A lot of men were ready to leave the guild, so we recruited them.
So then, you did start this crap with Ainz.
Hey, I just recruited the ones who were quitting. Besides, if you knew they were Honesty members, you'd have refused them, right? It was imperative to me that they join our cause first before I sent them over to the Black Swords.
Huh?
Everybody knows that only the most trustworthy men can take part in the Black Swords training. Their reputation ranks pretty high with the people of the land, too. They think they're cool. When you're down in the dumps and you've given up because you feel defeated, knowing that you've got someone on your side can lift your spirits up. Those people deserve another chance if they try hard enough, and to be rewarded for it. Everyone wants to hold on to that kind of hope.
You know what? You sound just like a guildmaster.
Don't insult me, you big gorilla! I may not act like it, but I worry about stuff. Like this matter with the princess.
Huh?
Honestly, the timing couldn't be any worse. It's completely thrown me off guard.
I don't know all the details, but you're obviously having a hell of a night. You need to drink.
Yeah, that's exactly what I need.
Ainz, we've all heard the great news. Are they paying you well?
I had planned a formal announcement. The Saigu family have bestowed the title of Duke upon me, and as you know, they rule over the people in Yamato. My duties will be to rule over the people of the land in Akihabara, and the area within its 10-ri radius.
A 10-ri radius?
So in the real world of Japan, that would be about the same size as the Kanto plane, huh?
The same level of power as the Cohen family.
So, it's true. What are your plans, Ainz? The hell were you thinking?
This is an outrage. We've turned down Eastall's Conference of Lords' suggestion for noble titles before. But you? Why would you accept the title? You know what this means, right, Honesty?
I understand your concern over this matter, but things have changed.
Oh, it seems so.
He's unusually confident. This began right after the apocalypse. To prevent the risk of being absorbed by the existing powers, we were forced to take certain precautions.
Certain precautions. And yet we'll be absorbed by existing powers anyway.
You're not seeing the full scope of the situation. Tell me, what is the status and consumption rate in Akihabara?
We depend on the people of the land to produce our resources.
Right. So we've already been absorbed by the people of the land. In terms of production and consumption, they have that power over us. However small it may be, I'm simply trying to maintain an advantage over them.
I might have misunderstood, but didn't you receive that Duke title thingy from Westland? Eastal isn't on the best of terms with Westland.
Doesn't this mean we'll get pulled into their conflict?
Despite your reasons, none of us want to kill each other needlessly.
Actually, my appointment as Duke will help avoid a battle.
What do you mean by that?
I'm sure that you're all well aware of this by now. Sir Tori Saigu, the head of the Saigu family, clearly the most powerful family in all of Westland, has arranged a marriage with Princess Linesia Earhart Cohen. Once that's set in motion, Eastall and Westland will hopefully start a dialogue. Westland will most likely concede to the lords in Eastall by granting them permanent and independent administrative rule. And according to my sources, the Duke of Maihama has even already agreed to it.
It's true. Discussion has already begun.
The marriage of Princess Linesia and the appointment of Ainz as a duke. I knew these two events transpiring at the same time were linked somehow.
Are you saying that Eastal and Westland have already formulated an agreement between them? Nice to know we weren't involved in mediating that conversation.
Let's look at the bright side. Akihabara's independence is a buffer area. Plus, the appointment of a duke is a good thing for everyone. Without much toil and effort, it's obtained peace. Does everyone understand now? Accepting this title has its merits. But now I have something else I wish to discuss with you. We're autonomous, yet the benefits are few. We have many weaknesses. Our agreements aren't legally enforceable, so we're left without the right to make decisions. Therefore, when situations rapidly change on us, we just cannot act.
Ainz, what exactly are you thinking?
Here's a suggestion for the lot of you. Better yet, here's my decision. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about my past. I realize now that I couldn't win your trust because I always made mere suggestions instead of manning up and taking action of my own volition. Because of this realization, I've decided to take the initiative. Honesty will secede from the Round Table. Furthermore, we call for founding a new assembly, the Akihabara government in its entirety.
Akihabara government?
I appreciate you meeting with me. It's important we talk, Shiro.
Yes, of course. I believe we have plenty to discuss now. Right, Duke Ainz?
Is this the new home for DDD?
Yes, it's the D3 hub. I've been meaning to ask you, is Shiro doing all right?
Shiro's fine. He's decided to take action and is paying someone a visit.
I appreciate you meeting with me, Shiro.
Yes, of course. I believe we have plenty to discuss now. Right, Duke Ainz?
Akihabara's new government, right?
If you go through with this assembly, it'll conflict with the Round Table structure. We'll have no choice but to take action against it.
While I respect the intentions of the Round Table, a basic mutual support group doesn't carry the legal authority to block the creation of a new assembly.
By the same token, even with the people of the land's support, you alone cannot abolish the Round Table Conference.
Yes, that's the policy, but the Round Table has already fallen into ruins. The Black Sword Knights are currently standing by in Maihama. Shopping Street 8 is attempting to stabilize the flow of goods with the people of the land. Glendale has officially announced their departure from the Round Table Conference. That means that 5 seats out of 12 are unoccupied. That's almost half your assembly.
Hey, wait a minute. Shiro knew this would happen. That's what he meant yesterday.
I feel so defeated after that.
Ainz is leaving the Round Table and founding the Akihabara government? That's a ballsy move.
I was clumsy back there. Too late now, I guess. But I wish I'd had something better to say.
So, what's your take after the fact, Mr. Strategist?
Well, I've come to realize things have moved on to the next phase already. Everything we've built together simply collapsed in the end.
Wait, what?
The Round Table Conference is no more. The purpose of the Roundtable Conference was to restore Akihabara. But out of all of us, nobody would assume full responsibility for it. That was the impetus for Ainz's growing impatience with us. Even at our very first meeting, I advised we should accept the people of the land and live together harmoniously. In fact, I never considered the opinions of the Roundtable without thinking of the people of the land.
But back in those days, things were too messy for us to live together, right?
Yes, that was the past. But now we're about to move into a different phase.
Huh?
Even the structure of the people of the land is split by the East and West. Another thing to consider, Westland includes adventurers. Without the support of the people of the land, their administration will have a hell of a time overseeing Akihabara in the future. I can see Ainz's point, though. He's saying that the Roundtable Conference can no longer work. But Ainz stood his ground, which I admire. He's taking responsibility. He's not running away.
Okay, so we're in favor of this Akihabara government thing?
I honestly don't...
Sorry to interrupt, but a letter just arrived for you. It's from a member of Honesty.
The Roundtable fractures. What matter did you wish to discuss with me?
Actually, your involvement in the Akihabara government.
You want me to persuade the other members to join you?
That's not really my goal.
Huh?
I care more about the process than I do results, as well as my reputation over maturity. I was once a small, rude man. Because of this, I've achieved nothing, and haven't gained respect from others. I am often asking myself, what more can I do? If I really want to change Akihabara, what do I need to gain? The answer's right here. Mr. Shiro, it's you.
Huh?
Yes. Remember, you're the one that founded the Roundtable Conference in the first place. Not to mention the fact that you made a treaty with the League of Freedom Cities Eastall and established new relationships with the people of the land.
Not true. I didn't act alone.
You called upon Princess Lanessia. As mediator, she kept them from meddling politically. Your flawless negotiations with the Kunie resulted in their tribe endowing a seemingly uncapped political fund. The one man responsible for change is you, and it hasn't gone unnoticed. Because of this, I am now convinced. This all might actually work out if I have you. But I'm a shrewd enough man to realize none of this will work out if I don't have you. That's why I called you here tonight, Mr. Shiro. So what do you say? Will you join the Akihabara government and help my cause?
I can't believe it. You're really getting married? Yeah, I know. Since you're an adventurer, it may seem strange to you that I'm getting married at such a young age. Daughters of Duke families are basically raised for the purpose of getting married off. So when you think about my position, this marriage proposal has come a little bit later than anticipated.
Our original agreement was that you were to give the princess to Akihabara.
I didn't intentionally disregard you, but if the princess were agreeable to marriage, then it would be more beneficial to take that route. That's all that I meant.
What? Hold on just a second.
So then, the news about our engagement was just a lie?
If the princess accepts it, I won't oppose the arrangement. That way, it's in her hands.
Nice tactic, old man. Either way, you'll win.
If I'm not mistaken, adventurers have the choice to find their own spouses, right?
Well, the princess ain't an adventurer.
I thought the whole point of accepting the princess as your ambassador to Akihabara was that it was going to be beneficial to both sides.
It is equally beneficial with the Saigu family.
Oh my! Madam Saralia!
The current conflict with Westland would be appeased by a fraction should Lanessia marry into the Saigu family. If it sets your mind at ease, whether we send Lanessia to Akihabara or the Saigu family, it will be beneficial to both sides no matter the outcome.
Whoa! She must have heard me earlier.
There seems to be only one downside to her leaving Akihabara. But I'm certain that Sir Isaac will look after Lanessia's younger brother, Icarus. Naturally, it will not be the same without her. But if there is a change of fate, everything in Akihabara should stay the course.
I get that. However, have you considered that we might hold some resentment at Shopping Street 8?
Yes, do forgive me for any transgressions.
What I need most is a strategist. Someone who will help pave the way for my ideology. Bring all the Akihabara adventurers a smile. Other than that ideology, all policies will be in your hands, Mr. Shiro. I promise to guarantee fair treatment to all in Log Horizon.
It turns out Ainz has been struggling too. He was aware that Akihabara had its faults, so he persevered in an earnest attempt to make everyone happy. All this time, Ainz and I have been after the same things. In that case, how should I respond to his offer?
Fortunately, with my recent appointment, this means that I'll receive support from the people of the land.
You mean the Saigu family?
No matter the form, power is power. My idealism no longer prevents me from accepting their patronage.
Ahem! I have been listening quietly, and you are very rude. Have you forgotten that our holy empire of Westland is a lineal descent of Yamato's head family? It holds the highest authority in this land. Please do pay some respect whenever you speak their name!
That's quite enough, Malviz.
Ah, Mr. Saigu.
So, this must be the excellent strategist and leader of Akihabara that I've heard so much about. I am Utena Itsukinomiya Tori. Mr. Shiro of Log Horizon, I have been looking forward to meeting with you for some time now.
What's the issue with Krusty?
He is the guardian who whisked my daughter away. Krusty never thought to pay me a visit. Not even once.
Oh, really?
Lanessia has already turned 16. If she does not get married soon, people will start to talk. Don't worry, my lady. I will take care of her. A phrase such as that wouldn't have been out of the question, but he hasn't said a word. Due to his lack of manners, you can see why I accepted the Saigu family's proposal. What other choice does a mother have when put in this position?
So that's how they're gonna play it, huh? Making Krusty the bad guy means the relationship between the Round Table Conference and the Cowan family stays solid.
We've heard that my lord got dragged into an accident and he's trapped on the continent.
To make matters worse, he encountered an enemy on their server, and then they stole something useful from there. My lord refuses to return. Not without a fight, and not until the enemy is defeated.
He must be having a hard time.
No, not at all.
I'm finally able to look on the bright side. Have a little bit of fun.
Those were my lord's words. It seems like the current situation isn't bringing him down.
I'm an idiot. How could I let myself worry about that monster?
I'm leaving my home on Earth behind. Please look after my place in Akihabara.
He also said something like that to me.
So then, is that why your guild has moved?
We didn't move. Not exactly. For the time being, we've disbanded. You see, we have all agreed that maintaining such a large organization as is has been too difficult.
Disbanded?
At its peak, DDD was the largest battle guild, but it's impossible to manage. That's why we created the D3 Hub.
I don't understand. Is that going to be a good or a bad thing?
It's good. We're saying Hub just as the collective name. DDD itself is disbanded, but members remain connected as a union. Actually, multiple guilds will be born from DDD.
Oh, you'll form multiple guilds?
But they'll maintain their independence, based on their various fields and cooperation. Of course we're worried, but we are ready for a change. I think my lord would be proud. He wants us to surpass his creation and move forward. I know what's best for me, so the only thing I can do is make my own way in life. DDD will become a remarkable guild alliance. We plan to accept the people of the land as members, and that will only serve to strengthen their status in Akihabara. Are you all right?
Yes, you just surprised me. Except, I don't know why I would be so surprised.
When I spoke with my lord, he said something else. If you're not upset when something is taken away, then it never really belonged to you in the first place. So...
If you're not upset when something is taken away?
Although it's possible that it was only a joke.
No, it wasn't. As always, he sees right through me. That was a message to me, knowing what's going on around here. He's done it before.
So, decided not to slack off today?
How does he do that? That four-eyed jerk has always been able to peek into my heart, even from miles away, and somehow knows me better than I know myself. And yet, he manages to encourage me. Something I get upset with.
something that might be taken from you?
Exactly. Forgive me. There's something that really would make me upset. If this town, Akihabara, my duties, if they were taken away from me, I would feel so lost.
Hey, listen. You'll want to hear what's going down right now.
It's an honor to finally meet the head of the Saigu family, Westland's leader of the Holy Empire.
I have heard of the name Master Maid Shiro quite a bit. I only wanted to see your face.
He looks to be about my age, but he reminds me of Krusty for some reason. And his presence is a little bit like Isaac when he's angry, but his smiling eyes are just like Sojiro's.
You won't be persuaded by grand offers of status and wealth. To prove that our intentions are sincere, we need to give you full disclosure. At least that was Ain's advice to me. He also said you would be a worthy partner.
Oh, well, that's...
I don't know. He's kind of a control freak, and a little annoying.
Thanks a lot for saying that out loud, buddy. Even though you're kinda right.
This man is beneath you, your majesty. I sincerely doubt this gloomy-faced, four-eyed, nebbish invertebrate is worthy of your time.
This fancy guy doesn't hold back, does he?
Restrain yourself. Now back to business. So what have you decided?
I will gladly answer your question once you answer one of mine first. Just how does this benefit you, Sir Tori?
Call him your majesty!
If the Saigu family were my employers, I would.
That will be all, Malvez.
Yes, sir!
If even half of the achievements mentioned tonight are remotely true, then he has the capability to become a prime minister. I cannot sit idly by and let a man of his caliber go to waste.
You can't, huh?
No.
And why is that?
Because the Senate is looking to start a war.
I see.
Listen to me, Shiro. The nobles in the land territory, fat with pride over their own aristocracy, are the creators of the Senate. They conduct state affairs without encumbrance. They are displeased with the West, so as an alternative, they focus their ambitions on Istal to expand in the East.
His Majesty has decided to take a stand!
I have not, and stop interrupting me.
Sir!
The truth is, I am only a figurehead. If Westland was able to gain Istal without any conflict, then trust me, I would much rather be at home spending my time writing poetry. However, once the war begins, not only will Westland be razed, but the entirety of Yamato will be as well.
Operation Red Knight. The invasion plot by Minami. The chief told me that Plant Huyuden was heavily connected to that attack.
Yes, that incident shows exactly what the Senate is capable of. We are running out of time.
Do you believe that you'll be able to counter the Senate by gaining the support of Akihabara?
In the capital, the Senate is backing a person by the name of Intix. They have instigated political discord with Nureha. While I can appreciate Nureha's loyalty, the circumstances in Minami are quite erratic.
And the attempted assassination of Prince Icarus?
I would take that as their warning.
I've always assumed it was wise to stay out of the conflicts among the people of the land, and to keep an eye on it from a distance. However, conspiring relationships are forming all over the map. This meeting, for example, Nureha might have planned for this to happen behind the scenes. If the state of things is this grim, we cannot be onlookers any longer.
Once I marry Lenesia, the area that lies between Akihabara and Boxroot will become a neutral zone as a symbol of integration. Shiro, I need you. Help me. This duty has been inflicted upon everyone living in Yamato, not just us.
The guy's amazing. He's considered his position and the country's future, and he's taking responsibility head on. That's exactly the way it should be. I might be determined to stay an onlooker, but if I do, there's no guarantee that someone would take the reins and settle this dissension. But I don't, or I should say, the Round Table no longer has that power. Huh? Princess Lenesia!
Oh yeah, I went and called Akatsuki. What's wrong?
Look at her. Her uniform.
That's the Round Table Conference uniform.
Yeah, Lenesia insisted on wearing it out tonight.
Jeez, don't scare me like that!
That settles it. I've made my decision.
You must be Satori Saigu.
I take it that you must be Princess Linesia Earhart Cohen. I will meet you properly upon your arrival in Kyo.
I won't go. Your Majesty, I have a duty to the people here.
I see. Then you can conduct your business from Kyo.
Where I belong is right here in Akihabara.
The princess's duties to the people are to build a bridge between the people of the land and the adventurers. She's taking that responsibility while wearing the uniform of the Round Table Conference. She's showing her support of our council. Her expectations for our alliance are far greater than I realized. There may be hope for us yet.
You have the audacity to speak this way? Have you abandoned your duties as a young woman?
That is enough out of you. I have heard you loud and clear, Princess. However, Mr. Shiro has yet to give me his answer.
You're right. Reconfigure quest. Conditions. While ending the current Roundtable Conference, get ready to accept someone who loves it. At the same time, fight Ainz head-on. Do not lead or lose by too much, so the result can satisfy everyone in its own way.
I'll ask again. For the sake of Akihabara, will you lend us a hand?
I have considered all sides. The Holy Empire of Westland and the League of Freedom Cities Eastal are problematic, and I can empathize that you wish to avoid their clash.
Mr. Shiro, does that mean...
It seems that the quest has been accepted. Create the Round Table Conference to bring harmony to Akihabara. We thought perhaps it was over. Even I who created the Round Table thought it was over. But Princess Linesia, she still believes that the Round Table Conference is necessary. So it's not over. And I must accept that quest from her.
Sir Shiro.
I believe there's still a way, and I promise I'll help you. Together, we'll make this town better. That said, we'll have to fight it out.
All right? You dare? There's no way you're serious!
Now wait a moment. Remember, I'm a gloomy-faced, four-eyed, nebbish invertebrate. I wouldn't dare to shed blood in an all-out battle over such a matter.
What do you mean exactly?
There's another way to settle this. We'll ask the adventurers as well as the people of the land to cast their vote. We're going to hold an election.
We're having an election?
Yes, between the new Round Table Conference or the Akihabara government. We'll let the residents decide for themselves.
The residents decide? I've heard of the majority voting system in the Conference of Lords meetings, but this is unusual.
That's right, 50,000 residents, with all of them casting their ballots.
Whoa, 50,000? The adventurers in this town really want their voices to be heard, don't they?
Moving on. There is much for us to prepare.
If we're going to go through with this, then we must be sure to win.
What's with the uniforms? Thought you were steering clear from the round table.
Now is not the time for us to be messing around. If we lose, I don't want to do my job underneath that fish noble.
Surprised you haven't taken lead of this thing.
And what about you, Isaac? You could be the leader, couldn't you?
Our primary orders are to keep Prince Icarus safe. No matter what, we can't put Akihabara first.
Aha! You're two-timing! Everyone look at the two-timer!
You're a two-timer!
The new round table will be different this time. The people can finally participate. Princess Linesia, you're a suitable representative.
Me?
You are going to be our candidate in this election.
You're joking, right? I cannot do this! I am not a suitable representative!
And here I thought you wore that uniform to show your resolve.
And so it begins. Sir Shiro's dark Kuroe mode is in full effect.
Princess, you'll have to become independent from the Cohen family if you ever want to obtain your freedom. Yet there is only one person that's standing in your way. You know who I mean, right?
No matter what they throw at you, stay strong and don't let them get the upper hand. Try to think of your bosses as a form of entertainment. Maybe that will help you feel more at ease.
Thank you for your suggestions. They are not my bosses, though.
Akihabara General Election.
The answer is no.
But why, Mother?
I said no.
is just impossible. Mother is angry with me. I refused the Saigu's proposal, and I just want to live in Akihabara. Oh no, she's making her angry face now. I must be careful with what I say next or I will ruin everything.
Excuse me, would you mind clarifying any issues you have with the princess's proposition?
I have many issues with it. First of all, she's inexperienced. Linesia wants to continue carrying out her work in Akihabara, but is that a task that she's been capable of handling? The second issue is about trust. The way my daughter earns a living, to put it plainly. The Sifu mansion requires regular maintenance. The maids must be paid. Does she have a plan to compensate for them?
Why did I think I could do this? Mother will not be persuaded.
Is your mother truly as distinguished as people claim?
She is. Mother is a political expert. She even surpasses my father's abilities. On guard!
So then, if she's so smart, why isn't she in charge?
Mr. Isaac, please tell me you're not that stupid.
No, I am not that stupid.
Women do not handle state affairs, silly. Someone else does that for them. The same goes for my sister.
I see. Good point, kid.
I appreciate your concerns over her inexperience, but we will happily vouch for her at Shopping Street 8. We initially requested her presence in Akihabara to Lord Surjad because we believe that she's essential to the town and its residents.
Indeed she is.
She did amazing work as a counselor in Akihabara. In my humble opinion, she's the perfect fit.
How kind of him.
There's still the matter of funding.
Madam, there is no need to worry about that. We decided to save all the money and goods provided to us by my Hama. We have never touched them.
What? I had no idea. Lisa never mentioned this to me.
Thanks to our princess's excellent work serving the town as a counselor, we've maintained a steady income from mediation fees and commissions. Therefore, funding should not be an issue.
I always assumed that we at the Sifu Mansion were so poor that I had to work part-time to earn money.
What is the opinion of the maids at the mansion?
None of them have a problem with it. They support the princess and would like to keep working at the Sifu Mansion for as long as they're needed. I, too, remain loyal, and I'm prepared to attend to our princess.
Very well.
Linesia.
Yes, Mother?
I've heard you out, and I acknowledge that you have been serving plebeians in Akihabara of your own volition.
I have.
I understand that you are cooperating to cement Prince Ithyrus's position. You do not have any grand ambitions for yourself. However, it is more than evident to me that you are about to set off on your own path with naive expectations. Have you not been pushed into this by the people around you?
That's not true at all.
Then I oblige you to prove me wrong. Use your own words to persuade your grandfather and me. Go on.
All right, Mother, Grandfather. You may not believe in me, and I may never change your mind. However, I believe in myself, and so do a lot of other people. The people of Akihabara are taking a new step forward, and I will support them. That is my duty. And therefore, I do not require your permission. I have a plan. I'm going to start the new Roundtable Conference. I will work together with adventurers and establish the way Akihabara should be. And then, I will go and meet that Guardian Knight. I will make him submit. He will come back, and I will make him yield to me. Yes, he will yield.
My Linesia.
My mother used to look up at the sky too. But from her window.
Oh, yeah?
Sometimes I wonder. I just wonder if Mother's life turned out the way she really wanted it to.
Who knows?
Linesia, this life you are choosing will take you off the path of nobility. It will also mean that you must part from the Cowan family for good. Are you prepared for what lies ahead?
I am. And Mother, your daughter will live the life that you have always dreamed about. When the Saigu family proposed an engagement, that day you said to me, "Prepare yourself so you will have no regrets." However, you did not say that I should accept it. So I've made my choice, with Cowan blood coursing through my veins. Against my nobility, despite the life you may want from me, without regrets.
All right then. I will grant you my consent. Make a name for yourself in Akihabara, but you will always be a Cowan.
Yes!
The registration of family names and establishing permanent residency is unclear. Managing this election will be difficult. Another problem is that we don't know where the boundary lines are in Akihabara. We had to quickly come up with a plan based on these two rules. Anyone that comes to the polls on election day will gain immediate residency, and they can only cast one vote. The rules are pretty basic, but given the circumstances, we thought it was the best choice.
Oh, the election's next week. Does it even matter, though? I've never voted before. It's not gonna make a difference who you cast your vote for.
That's not true. Geez, were you guys this negative in the real world, too? Voting is a privilege. If someone you don't like wins the election and causes problems, you don't get the right to complain about what's going on in Akihabara if you can't be bothered to vote. Huh? You're welcome.
I'm really surprised. Ainz actually agreed to it?
Of course he would under these conditions. If he wanted to claim that Akihabara belongs to the Duke and that the rest of the Round Table should leave, then he'd probably take more extreme measures than he has.
Tori and Ainz want one thing, for the city of Akihabara to flourish and be prosperous.
So they have to consider the future post-election, huh?
Right. If we start fighting each other instead of talking it out, we're gonna leave scars too big to heal.
Huh?
Mr. Shiro?
Oh, Minori.
I heard all about the election. I'm so excited for Princess Linesia, and I'm gonna root for her to win.
That's great. Thank you.
I've already started making election posters to show my support. I brought one of them to show you. Ta-da!
Don't pay any attention to her, Mr. Shiro.
Sorry, we didn't know she came barging in. What? What? Yes, wrong. Any of this happened, okay?
That's right! It doesn't matter if you're an adventurer or a person of the land, you both have equal rights to cast one vote.
Oh, I get it. Like when you vote at a village meeting, right?
No, at those you only get a single vote per household. This doesn't include us rootless wanderers around town.
Not true. Everyone in Akihabara on election day has the right to vote. It'll be a new dawn! A new order for us!
Wow, even I can vote? Like, why are we starting to change? This is awesome! We better get out there and vote!
Attention, everyone! Meet the new Round Table Conference! Please cast your vote for the Winter Rose of Eastall, Princess Linesia!
So, is this sort of fanfare appropriate for an election campaign?
It sure is when you're this popular.
What cretinous twit is responsible for this graffiti?
It seems the adventurers are not particularly fond of me.
I'd no idea.
Even so, there's a little more than 10,000 adventurers out there. The people of the land are at least 3 times larger.
They're just commoners living in poverty. Throw them some food and shelter and they'll be happy. It's an easy enough fix. If something as simple as provisions gain their support, let's keep at it.
But it would seem that their support isn't the only thing we've gained.
Huh?
Just take a look at the Honesty members. They could not produce results in the Fairy Rings investigation, so over time their confidence had waned. But now, they're more energetic than ever before. It's amazing.
But you gotta wonder just how trustworthy this Ainz guy will turn out to be. Once he's in office, he could be a harsh ruler.
No way. The man is legit. Don't you remember that Sir Ainz used to be one of the leaders in the Round Table Conference?
Huh, that's right.
Honestly, I prefer to vote for Princess Linesia, but then I heard rumors about her.
Yeah, I heard she broke her engagement. I can't believe she did that.
I have a report from the Election Executive Committee.
These are the latest poll results.
It looks like Ainz has an overwhelming advantage.
I didn't expect that big of a lead.
Should we recount the votes?
Yeah, maybe. I thought that the people of the land liked the princess. She's popular with them.
I completely understand their opposition to her. The Saigu family is special to them, and let us not forget. The princess turned down the engagement proposal. Surely that's a big reason.
That makes no sense. The Saigu family acted without consulting her first.
Refusing a marriage proposal might even offend the nobles. And to make matters worse, relations with Westland could worsen because of it. Their worries are justifiable.
I kinda hate to admit it, but he brings up some valid points. Unfortunately, we started this whole election business with an overwhelming disadvantage.
My apologies. I am dragging everyone down, am I not?
Try not to be so hard on yourself, Princess. By the way, what's this pink area about?
I've heard that there is a mysterious third party campaigning without permission in the election.
Are you kidding me? So now we have to worry about a third party? Could it be one of the geniuses? But what if it's an election genius or a majority vote genius? Do they really exist?
Calm down, my lord.
What's the name of that party?
Let me think.
Vote for me, the galaxy-style Starlet Tetra! Are you ready? If you vote for me, I'll make sure Akihabara is a place of love for everyone. Say it with me.
Hey, Tetra! Are you seriously holding a general election on your own?
Hiya now, Sugu. Everyone's gonna vote for me, the Starlet Party leader.
No, they will not. We are not allowing a third-party candidate in this race.
Capture! Whoa! Wait! Stop! I'm the main event of this election. You can't just take me out like this. Oh, wait!
And that will be enough of that.
Starlet Party leader!
Don't say a word to anyone, but this almost gave me a panic attack.
Maybe Tetra needs to take a chill pill.
You guys, Lanessia is still at a disadvantage in the election polls.
You're right.
I have to do something.
2 days to go before the election, huh?
I've taken care of everything, so there's no need to worry.
Come to think of it, you've been going out pretty late every night. What are you up to? Dude almost ran me over!
Dang, my shoulder!
Why is everybody so sleepy today?
This is your conscience speaking to you. You're going to vote for Lanessia, Kay, good boy? You love Lanessia. You want to be Lanessia, so you're going to vote for her. You're going to vote for Lanessia, got it?
Sandwiches.
Lanessia. My genius plan will ensure that she wins this.
What the heck did you do?
Everyone, step right up! Fresh Lanessia steamed buns over here! They're not only delicious, they're free! Eat her buns and cast your vote for Princess Lanessia!
Now this is messed up.
That bun pun was especially heinous.
What this town needs is a well.
That way, adventurers can produce hot or cold water whenever they need it. However, it is difficult for anyone to build shops without a water source nearby.
That's why we propose adding a well to Jojoy Street. Goodness, I never would have thought of that before.
There are many things we would never think about unless we ask for the opinions of the people here.
Shall we dig a well?
Actually, if we really want to make a difference, we should be thinking bigger. What if we build an aqueduct running from the station's platform?
Great idea!
Excuse me? So I was just wondering, are you really planning to form a new roundtable conference for this election?
Huh?
It's just that the roundtable supporters were outnumbered in the poll results, so...
I'm not certain about that since I've left election-related things to Shiro. My job is figuring things out after we win.
But he's not here. In fact, I haven't seen Shiro around that much lately.
That's not a bad thing. Shiro gets more work done when he's not around.
That's for sure. Don't you worry about him, Isuzu.
Okay.
Kinjo, we need to talk. The city's defense systems will be temporarily suspended.
The support in town for Duke Ainz is unrivaled. No need to wait until tomorrow for the results. We can have our victory toast tonight.
Ainz, please give me an honest reply. What do you think are your actual odds of winning?
Honestly, about 50-50.
You cannot possibly think that your chances are actually that low.
I'm not going to underestimate my opponent that easily.
That clever Shiro. It really was a heavy blow that I could not persuade him to join our cause.
Throughout this campaign, he hasn't taken a single drastic measure, and that unsettles me. I never know his next move. Shiro has always been that way. For instance, the debauchery tea party. Before any leading guilds ever did, they conquered numerous raids. And what's more, they did it so easily as if it were just a passing thought. Shiro was behind it all. Of course I admired his strategies, but I envied him. As a guild member, I'm failing to lead the organization successfully. It makes me feel useless.
I appointed you as the Duke of Akihabara because I believe in your abilities. I did not choose you lightly. I respect that your concern for peripheral members of the guild is genuine. It shows that you have integrity.
I'm flattered.
I once felt useless. The Senate made sure of that when I was in Ikoma. The Saigu family does not own enough land to mobilize soldiers. We do not have the funds to finance them either. If I'm going to fight the Senate, I have no choice but to gain the support of Akihabara.
Of course. I aim to win. I have no intention to fight a losing battle. I will stand firm on the battlefield, and then, together, we will be victorious.
Lenesia.
You startled me!
Are you worried?
I have come this far, so I must persevere. I am a little nervous, though.
Don't be nervous. My lord said this fight was a quest that came directly from you. Look, if my lord accepted the quest, then no doubt he will win. That's how good he is. Put your trust in him, Princess. Tomorrow's the big day.
Yeah.
I will read the letter entrusted unto me by His Majesty Utena Itsukinomiya Tori, my lord and the head of the Saigu family, who holds the highest authority in all of Yamato.
Who's that guy supposed to be? Hey, be quiet.
To all the good and brave people who have gathered here in the famous adventurers' town of Akihabara, I hereby declare that I have placed full confidence in Ainz, whom I bestow the title of Duke, as well as the head of the Akihabara government, which is an organization he wishes to establish. With all my authority, I will spare no effort to support Ainz and his endeavors. Ainz is a man of action that expertly views the bigger picture with a keen eye, thoughtfulness, and a selfless regard for every corner of this town and all who dwell here. I have no doubt that his intelligence and his kindness will lead you all toward a brighter future.
Wow, Tori is a man who knows how to give an election speech, doesn't he? He's laying it on pretty thick with the praise, though.
Maybe, maybe not.
I was sincere with my words when I wrote that speech. Ainz, I believe in you.
Blessings.
There may be some of you who fear that if Ainz wins, that this town might be threatened by the influence of Westland. My greatest hope is to assuage those fears. On this day, I solemnly swear that I will not allow that to happen, that they will never intervene.
I appreciate that promise. It's imperative that the people of Akihabara know they'll remain independent.
Know your voices will finally be heard. However, our opponent is admirable. The biggest obstacle standing in our way is worthy of the title Geki in the East.
Geki in the East? What's that? The title of a drama play?
I think it's just another name for an upper-ranked official. But he's talking about Shiro. Praising their opponent is a nice move on their part.
This town is blessed with wonderful people and an advantageous location. Your future can be prosperous. In this grand
Historic moment, may we find unity and peace together. In conclusion, and with great hope in my heart, I offer you my prayers and blessings.
His prayers and blessings. Yes, that is the right way. This town needs to feel encouraged and supported.
I was about to make a huge mistake. I had planned to undervalue the Round Table Conference and downplay the importance of their existence in the first place, to reject them, to weaken them. But I see it now. The people gathered here today don't want to hear detailed explanations. They want to feel hope. Even if they're empty words, I should give them hope. Citizens, the future of Akihabara will be better. In retrospect, I can see how this town was insufficient. Despite these shortcomings, we adventurers relied solely on our skills and abilities. The people of the land had been left to their own devices. Be that as it may, I believe that the people of the land were too intimidated by us to ask for assistance whenever they needed it. In that way, we failed them. This is what I hope to improve upon, that as a united people, we can start helping each other. Those of you who require help will receive it, without subservience. Those who provide help to others will do so with compassion. This can be our future.
That doesn't sound like Ainz. Where's the boring logical jargon he's known for?
I'll take this version over his combative self any day. Plus, pretty words and a bit of hope never hurt anyone.
We have many challenges, but everything has a solution. We must all work together to change the future. I know that this will be a difficult task to achieve. Make no mistake, we're going to be busy. Helping one another should be our main goal. That's exactly why both candidates here today are trying to create a new government or a new roundtable conference, so we can help those who try to help one another.
Good. No matter who wins, we will bring about change.
We will bring about change. Akihabara will have a bright future. The Roundtable Conference, as well as the new Akihabara government, we are both after the same future. We want Akihabara to improve, and I guarantee you it will happen.
The reading of Sir Saigu's letter, and the speech that Ainz just gave, has captured the hearts of the people of the land.
Isn't that the sound of the transport gate? Is it open? Yeah, that's it!
He truly is amazing! You did it, Shiro! I can't believe you pulled it off!
Shiro opened up the gate. He's called in voters from outside the city lines.
This must be an election violation!
Everyone who comes to the polls on election day are considered residents of this city. That's the way it is written. However, I had no idea he'd activate the gate.
We restored the transport a while back in Westland. We used the gate some time ago. We invaded Akasu and easily gained a great victory.
Nice work, Shiro. I brought people with me from Susukino who want to vote.
Thank you. I'm glad you came.
Oh my goodness, how long has it been since I've seen you?
Good to see you. Are you getting along with the adventurers?
We don't always agree on everything, but this town has become so special to me that it's not too bad.
She is right. This town is special. The adventurers built it, nurtured it, and welcomed the people of the land with open arms. They even let a naive, insignificant person of the land like me into their world. At that time, the town shone as bright as the sun. It seemed like nothing would ever snuff out that light. Not even the darkest shadow would dare to smother our radiance. We still hold that power. We just need a blessing. That is what worries the people here most of all, that they do not have anyone's blessing. If someone must give this town a blessing, then it might as well be me that does it.
Princess Lenesia.
I will tell them that there is someone standing on their side, that all of us are on their side, that we will root for everyone here, that they're not alone. To those of you who have never met me, nice to meet you. I am Lenesia Earhart Cowan. Like all of you, I am a resident here. The adventurers' town of Akihabara is a very special place in Yamato. This world is full of dangerous monsters, and yet, you are all safe here. That is only a testament to how valuable this town truly is. My position prevented me from seeing those dangers, as I was born into a noble family. However, as a resident of this town, I have grown to understand the will of the people, and what convinced you to take a chance on Akihabara. Yes, this town holds the power to make the people of the land's dreams and wishes come true. But on the other hand, we outsiders might feel like mere travelers, borrowing the part of the garden in this town that was originally developed and cultivated by the adventurers. Until now, you might have felt alone. That said, these people that stand behind me, and the heroes, all the brave and fearless adventurers that are listening to my words today, they have willingly offered us their power and shared with us their wisdom. I have had fortunate encounters and support from you. Things were different at first.
I dealt with many misunderstandings and arrogant demands. But thanks to the help of the adventurers, I can stand here before you today as a candidate to lead this town. Of course, the people of the land can do more than accept the generosity of adventurers. There are many things we have to offer them in return for their aid and their compassion. We come from different backgrounds, but our dreams are the same. Now, more than ever, it is paramount that we come together as one, as we are all residents of Akihabara. We have concluded that our system is in need of reformation, since the Round Table Conference is represented only by the adventurers who established it. For us to have equality, for all voices to be heard, both adventurers and the people, we need change, and that change begins with us.
We members of the new Round Table Conference recognize this need for change. It's been nearly a year since we've come here. The time has come for us to establish a more balanced organization, one that represents every person in our town. As chairperson, in lieu of Mr. Krusty of DDD, I welcome Princess Linesia to this organization. Log Horizon, Crescent Moon Alliance, Radio Market, Brigade of the West Wind, and the Silver Sword will remain with us. The Marine Agency and the Roderick Merchant Guild will continue to oversee craft production. Shopping Street 8 will change its name to Commerce Network 8 and work on stabilizing Eastel's logistics. The Black Sword Knights are moving headquarters, but they remain a part of us. To represent the people of the land, we've invited Mr. Regan, Sage of Mirror Lake, to be our technical advisor.
Seriously? Sage of Mirror Lake is right in front of us!
I didn't know that he was such a big deal.
Additionally, to supervise the city's management, we've invited Mr. Kinjo, who represents the Kunie tribe. Mr. Kinjo has also been given the task of intercity transport operations, using magic drawn from the city's barrier. It is important to
This is amazing!
because of Mr. Regan and Mr. Roderick's valiant
This is
efforts,
looking too
we were
close to
able
call.
reactivate.
Who's gonna win?
This election marks a significant and historic day for Akihabara. Also, it will no doubt be a momentous day for all of Yamato.
Cast your vote without hesitating. Today is your day to finally be heard. No matter the results, the new Round Table Conference will continue to be on your side. This important election will not only decide the future of Akihabara, but it will predict the future of East Yamato at the same time. I do not envy the choice before you, but do not be afraid. Listen to your hearts, and let them decide your future.
Ainz dropped out. We haven't even counted the votes.
Does that mean that Ainz is giving up on founding the Akihabara government? But why, though?
I can't believe he pulled out right at the end, after that bastard dragged us into this.
By conceding, we've turned the entire town into our enemies.
No. I do not understand why we conceded. Why on earth would we fly the white flag now?
Do you not see what has happened here, Malvez? Thanks to Shiro activating the transport gate during the campaign rally. If I offer my support to this town now, the Senate won't be happy.
Oh my word!
While useful to the Senate, the gate is a double-edged sword. It is an unparalleled method for their own invasion tactics. But if their opponent gains access to it as well, their advantage is lost.
What are you going to do when the Senate finds out that the gate has been opened?
Unfortunately, my power is useless against them in these situations. My arrival to this town was a scheme carefully designed by the Senate under the pretense of diminishing the power and influence of Eastal. This way, they could avoid the utilization of their own forces.
But now that the gate has been reactivated, the Senate will want to extract you immediately, to prevent you from further building up your power here.
Right. Not only the Senate, but everyone connected to the Senate, naturally. Perhaps it is unwise for me to stay here any longer. Do you suppose it's possible that Sage in the white robe had his own scheme in play?
I would not be surprised at all. It does take a great amount of mana to activate the gate. Akihabara lost the city barrier in the Royal Guard defense system, but because of that, it generated a surplus mana output.
And then he used the surplus to reactivate it. That's a masterful tactic. Shiro must have had the foresight to know that the Senate is one of our weakest points.
He saw much more than that. From the very beginning, Shiro saw the big picture, involving all of East Yamato and the people of the land. That probably had a heavy influence on his strategy. He had a larger perspective, while my focus remained solely on Akihabara.
He has such a gentle appearance, but he's a formidable adversary underneath that guise.
Is that why you referred to him as Geki in the East?
Yes. Initially, I wanted Shiro under my power to act as your right-hand man, but... Ainz. I'm sorry. I made you assume the blame for all of it.
Please, bowing is beneath you. I've made my own choice in this too.
I'm going home. To the Lake of Neo. Will you come with me?
I will.
Is something the matter? Shiro, I thought you would be pleased that we won the election.
We won the election by a small fraction. However, to be completely honest, I didn't really care who won.
Huh?
I didn't want a landslide victory, so that everyone who voted would be satisfied by the outcome. Essentially, we were able to achieve marginal success the way I wanted. And yet...
You are concerned about Sir Ainz?
I heard that he left Akihabara. I might go see him, someday.
I wouldn't advise that. You knew all along that it was going to turn out this way, didn't you, Shiro?
Yeah, I anticipated it. Or maybe I just hoped for it. With Ainz out of town, things are going to change for him.
Well, regardless, don't go. You're the last person who should. And let's just say you did pay him a visit. I'm guessing you wouldn't know what to say.
Neo is a nice enough place. The booze is plentiful and the women aren't bad either. But don't get any lewd ideas, Sir Ainz.
Who goes there?
Huh? Don't be alarmed, gents. You surprised to see me here? I'll be seeing you off.
Oh, look at that. How lovely.
Now that I think about it, this might be the first time that I've been able to appreciate the beauty of the blue sea.
Hey, Ainz, listen. I have a very gregarious acquaintance back home, and he once told me...
Those people deserve another chance if they try hard enough, and to be rewarded for it. Everyone wants to hold on to that kind of hope.
He's something else, but I found it convincing. If people could live in a place like that, how could they ever feel down if there's hope? But what do I know about making that happen? That's probably a leader's job. If you ask me, you're the one who's walking away with a victory under his belt.
What?
It was Honesty members that helped the people of the land, the ones who earned their gratitude, right? Those people were useless adventurers living in obscurity, and no other guild took them in. But Honesty, they stepped up. No one else even gave a damn about them. Until you came along. Think about it. You're the true winner, Ainz. You guys won. This fight was worth the trouble. Oh yeah. This is from Shiro. His farewell gifts to you.
Unbelievable.
I guess that stuff's pretty valuable, huh?
You're not kidding. It's the zone contract extrication paperwork. This? A card that accesses Kunie's gold. There are only 3 of them in existence. He has given me treasure. I cannot accept these. I do not deserve them.
I don't care what you do with them. I'm just the delivery guy. Now you can do whatever you please. That's what I'm gonna do.
Hey, Isaac! Please tell him that I've accepted his gifts, as well as the possible quest entrusted with me.
No one's a loser here. Everyone should be happy from now on. And you're a guild master again. I'll be seeing you, Ainz.
You sent Isaac to see him? Is that musclehead the best man for the job?
I think so. He's best suited for it. If I were to see Ainz now, I'm sure I'd just mess it all up. Or hurt the man's feelings somehow. That's why I sent Isaac.
Whatever you say. But I gotta admit, I don't understand what Mr. Geki in the East is thinking half of the time.
Is that supposed to be me? Please stop calling me by that stuffy-sounding name.
Yet you never complain when I call you my lord.
I am done with this conversation. By the way, what's that thing you've been working on?
Mr. Geki of the West.
Oh, what?
Feel that wind. Isn't it amazing?
Yes, Your Majesty.
In the aftermath, it ultimately feels like we gained more than we've lost in this battle. Wouldn't you agree, Ainz? I gained you. A man I can truly call a friend.
I'm very honored.
It was a blessing to see so many smiles from the commoners in that town. But better yet, I met that man. Shiro. He truly is a man worthy of the name Geki in the East. I can honestly say, I hope to see him again.
Reese said she had some new information about Sir Krusty, so she asked me to come here.
Same here.
I think he's on the Zhongyuan server, isn't he? I wonder how they got in touch with him.
The summoner team was able to cross the server border by enlisting the help of some flying creatures. They switched bodies through castling.
What's with the outfit?
That makes total sense. Telepathic calls can work as soon as you cross the border.
Actually...
Shiro, my lord has something of great importance that he wanted to share with you.
Huh? What's that?
You'll see. We'll explain it with a puppet show!
Why a puppet show of all things?
Takayama said it would be easier to understand that way. And she is a daycare teacher in real life.
Besides, if we do it this way, we can explain it to the princess and all of you at the same time.
By using the full power of my femininity, I helped them create the puppets.
Oh yeah, that frog you were making before.
And here it is, see? The title is Krusty, Tycoon Lord.
Immortal in ethereal utopia. I wonder what he's trying to tell me.
My lord, it's time.
On that day, deep within the mountains of the O region, Takayama's weapon went completely out of control. Milord disappeared all of a sudden.
And unfortunately, I lost my right arm. We were informed that Milord had been transferred over to the Zhongyuan server.
What's that? A monster? Is this for an event? No. It looks like he's got an adventurer on his back.
He was saved by Mr. Zuan, the guildmaster of the Leleng Wolf Cavalry, who took him to the Baidao Shrine in the Enchanted Land on Mount Langjung.
What does she mean by enchanted land, my lord?
It's where immortal wizards reside.
The place is home to Martin folks, spirits that call themselves Heaven's officials. They assumed Milord was an immortal wizard and began to take care of him.
Master Immortal, your meal is ready now.
Lunchtime already?
She nailed it! Nice impression, Takayama!
This is all very delicious.
I'm glad to hear that. You're not an easy person to impress, sir.
Is that so?
Speaking of which, Master Zuwan sent us some food.
That was kind of him.
There's chicken, wild boar, deer, mountain pheasant, and some duck. Plus he gave us plenty of white meat and brown meat to go with it.
That must be why you look so happy.
Oh no, it's not like that.
Oh, did he send honey and eggs as well? Sounds like yes. So I guess I'm making dessert for dinner, huh? Thank you for lunch. Wadio, would you go and change the bed sheets, please?
My pleasure, sir.
Good afternoon, Master Krusty.
You look well, Madam Enchantress.
How are you feeling today? How's your memory?
No major problems to report.
Milord was unwittingly given a terrible curse. It's a level 150 negative status.
A curse?
Level 150?
Soul Darkness Curse. It prevents the natural replenishing of HP. The condition also makes it impossible to recover one's health, even through healing spells, facilities, or items. Telepathic links are suspended. The target can't move around by crossing server borders. And their memories become lost.
Their memories? Not completely, though. The memory loss is random, so it's impossible to know which parts have gone missing.
I've never heard of a status like that one. Is he trying to warn me about the enemy that can cast that kind of curse on someone? Is that even possible? It can't be that simple. Then...
Milord's HP was about 5,300 at the time. That's around half his total HP, and it didn't come back.
I may not look it, but I practice healing mystical arts. I would be more than happy to brew some elixir of life for you. That is, if I have your permission, of course. Sorry, I don't like bitter flavors. What an unassuming person. I don't trust her, but I don't hate her either. She's nothing like her. Or her, either. I don't feel the urge to tease her. At any rate, living in this place is getting awfully boring.
Meanwhile, there was a group traveling on the Urid continent on the Zhongyuan server. The same one Milord is on.
Coming at ya! Bam!
Hey, it's Konami!
That's Shiro's ex-girlfriend! Seriously?
Please let it go!
Konami, a monk, Capellia, a cleric, Leonardo, an
My
assassin.
lord, do you see? That green thing is the result of my great femininity.
I can see that, Akatsuki.
Yeah, you did a good job.
With them were Chung Lu of the Lilang Wolf Cavalry acting as a guide, and... Elias Hackblade, a Blademancer.
Elias? You mean the charging elf?
I know about him. He's the one on the Eldertail game packaging, isn't he? So he really does exist.
That guy's one of the ancient heroes. It's kind of weird to think that he'd be traveling with adventurers.
Way to go! That's our Konami!
Elias, careful!
Come on, let's go back him up.
Of course, Master.
Right.
Have some of this!
Get me there!
Her group was traveling bravely toward their destination of Yamato, Japan.
Wait, so they're on their way here?
They believe that the new Eldertail expansion pack, Novosphere Pioneers, is the cause of the apocalypse. And, because that pack was only launched in Japan, they're making their way toward the Yamato server.
Puppets cease to exist. Shiver and freeze to the bone. Puppets cease to exist. Hand over the Imperium that protects you and cease everything. Cease the fictional history, the false memories, the manufactured feelings, and the timeline of artificial personalities.
I see. So geniuses had shown up there too.
That doesn't make sense, because Novosphere Pioneers wasn't launched on the Zhongyuan server. So how did they...
The fairy blood that runs through my body gives me amazing strength, but with it comes a terrible curse. A fairy curse that makes it impossible for me to kill my opponent. I can't reduce their HP below 25%. Is there something I can help you with, miss?
Hello, my name is Yoren. I live nearby. I'm an enchantress, though I must admit my rank is quite low.
Enchantress?
My ability may be trivial compared to yours, but I'm also one of the ancients. Am I correct in assuming that you are Lord Elias Hackblade?
Yes, that's right.
In that case, I have a request to make.
Huh?
In the enchanted land about 20 ri to the south lies a place known as the Baidao Shrine. It is controlled by a ferocious magus, and the people who live nearby are terrified by its violent cruelty.
A magus? Could it possibly be a genius?
Please, Lord Elias, I ask with deep humility. You must suppress this awful foe.
Ow. Hang on, Enchantress Yoren went to visit Krusty too, didn't she?
Things are starting to smell a bit fishy.
It's peach flavor, I'm so happy. The dessert just disappeared! Every last morsel!
Don't worry, it's all here. Let's get some small plates, huh? I'm acting like a daycare teacher. She'd laugh if she could see me now. She? The partial loss of my memories doesn't affect my current situation, but I must find out what's causing it. Hoadio, I need to go into the village.
Sorry, but you can't climb down the mountain. You'll hit a cavern on your way there. It connects to the village, but to get through it safely, you'll need to bring a party of 4 to 6 adventurers that are all at level 80 or higher.
Oh, I meant to tell you. The best way to enjoy that is with a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla what?
Ice cream is a cold dessert made out of frozen cream. Are you not familiar?
Never heard of it.
I could make some for you if I went to the village for ingredients.
Then it's decided. If you want to go down the mountain, I can use my power as a heavenly official to assist you.
Piece of cake.
After hearing Elias's story, Konami's group decided to head to the Baidao Shrine.
To get there, they had to pass through the dungeon called Sirius Grotto.
That one requires 4 to 6 people, levels 80 to 90.
Lord Elias is level 100, so he can't enter.
That's ridiculous!
No need to worry. If it's looking too dangerous, we'll come back for you. It's just a recon mission.
Yeah, it's no big deal. We're sightseeing!
Those are 2 different things, Master.
I'll go in first!
Hold on, Konami! Wait for us!
Hello, my lord.
Are you worried about Elias?
Yeah.
Then why'd you run off and leave him?
Because Ellie was making a mean face, like he had beef with someone. So I thought he should stay outside. It'd be bad to walk into a deep, dark cavern with a face like that. Don't you think?
Sorry, Capelia is confused.
Oh, you don't have to be so cold, Kope!
Capelia doesn't feel a chill and is quite comfortable. Lord Elias may have the temperament of a cloudless sky in springtime, but spring can also bring thunderstorms.
Thunderstorms. Yeah.
You can climb down from here. If you go in that direction, you'll reach Step City. I'm sure they sell sweets there, too.
Yes, I imagine.
Get something yummy.
I didn't know we could take a route like this.
Adventurers are silly. If there's a path that goes through a dungeon, they seem to assume that it's the only possible avenue.
Who's that?
Perhaps he is the Magus.
Master Immortal, where'd your cloud go?
My cloud? Ah, yes. You mean like the kind the immortal wizards ride. My cloud's on a little vacay right now.
Huh?
It's on a 3-day work week.
Wow!
Well now, Looks like you're packing some raid boss level power. Finally a worthwhile fight.
Stop wasting your breath!
Elias Hackblade, I presume?
Let's skip the introduction, shall we? It's not worth wasting my breath.
I sure hope he's okay.
Oh, fairy of pure water, transform into a 10,000-foot blade! Shine! Aqua Thousand Rain!
Hyperion! Ice!
That technique is Milord's oral art.
When Elder Tale was just a game, the player's view was from above. After the apocalypse, your viewpoint was relative to your own head, which made it harder to grasp information. That was a large part of what made combat more difficult.
But with this oral art, he's able to overcome such an inconvenience.
Hero Elias, your strength is impressive. Can't beat him with the stats I have. My abilities aren't good enough. In that case, I'll just have to increase them.
His power level went up. What's he doing?
Warcry!
Scarlet Thrust now!
Oh, would you look at this big fella? He's so adorable, I just can't resist petting him. Who's a good
He's friendly for a monster, huh?
Meanwhile, a group headed to Mount Lengjung where Milord and Elias were.
There's not much time. Let's hurry up.
All right.
I didn't know the Guild Derby had started. This means we'll be behind.
The Guild Derby is a popular event on the Zhongyuan server in Elder Tale. A coronation altar spawns near an enchanted land.
The guild that reaches it first can perform the ritual of coronation. And in doing so, they gain control over the surrounding area. At that moment, a guild called the Crimson King Faction was after the altar on Mount Lengjung.
If those scumbags got control over this area, who knows what evil things they do to the people of the land around here? We gotta outrun them!
So, the most powerful fighter of all the knights, yet they have no real wins to speak of. Huh.
There you are, Lord Elias.
Huh?
Ah, I'm glad to see you're all right, my lord.
Yes, but I failed to kill the genius.
I was watching.
Please forgive me.
It's no surprise. There was an abnormal force at play during that battle. Great power, that of the rainbow.
What's the power of the rainbow?
It once belonged to the Enchanted Land. He was only able to harness it because he gained the ability to rule over this mountain. Furthermore, the Magus is trying to find the ruins hidden on this mountain. If he holds the ritual of coronation at the altar located here, that means that this surrounding area will fall under his control. If we're going to protect this land, then we still desperately need your assistance, Lord Elias. You must hold the ritual of coronation. Once you do, you will acquire a fragment of the power of the rainbow, which is absolutely vital to setting yourself free from the fairy curse.
I long to be free. I'll do whatever it takes to rid myself of this awful curse. I will shatter it.
no, poor Krusty. Please, my lord, let's help him.
Konami? Ancients? Even a genius? There's just too much information to take in. So what exactly is Krusty trying to tell me?
Well, what happens to him next?
Part 1 is over. Done.
It's time to take a bathroom break.
Be sure to check out Part 2.
The Lord Krusty and the hero Elias clash. The impact from the fight caused the mountains to collapse, trapping Konami's group inside.
What is it, Krusty? What are you trying to tell me?
Coming up next, we find out what happens to Malord and the others.
Krusty, Tycoon Lord. Everyone, get ready for Part 2.
Krusty? Yoo-hoo! You awake?
Not a curse.
I see you've returned, Konami. Hello there.
Hey, are you okay? You seem distant.
Well, to be honest, distancing myself was intentional. I see. Elias Hackblade's part of your group. Your traveling companions?
That's right! Oh, and then we fought geniuses and kicked their sorry butts! We are champions! It sure has been a long time since we last saw each other, eh? You didn't get soft on me, right? Because you've always been super guarded, and I kinda like that about ya.
That's not a bad description. I have always been guarded. I was born from my father's affair, and he never wanted me. If I was to live in his house, I had to follow strict rules and keep to myself. I might appear soft now, but only because I don't have to go back to that house.
Alright, Krusty. Tell me how you wound up here.
Well, there was an accident that trapped me here, and left me with a negative status to boot.
Who reduced your stats?
I don't know. Come to think of it, I don't even know who's responsible for giving me this curse. And who did I lose against?
Coppelia saw Lord Elias in the direction of the sky when the rocks started to fall.
Me too. But he didn't look like himself. Something was off.
Just relax. Give me the rundown.
Is that a report from the recon team?
It's bad. There was a raid enemy invasion. The Crimson King's factionsmen were all defeated and sent to the cathedral to revive.
A raid enemy invasion? Never heard of any enemies in this area before. What the hell is going on?
I wonder if the Master of Mortal is okay down here. This is a terrible, scary place to be trapped.
Well, hello there. That was lucky, huh?
Master Immortal!
It's a new A. Perfect.
Tiger Racco Fist! It's always an adventure in the Earth continent, huh, guys?
Owadio, go find yourself a place to hide.
Okay!
This new A is a half-raid level monster. In an ideal scenario, we'd have 12 adventurers of appropriate levels to take it down in battle.
It's gonna be a wide-range attack!
We don't stand a chance against this guy.
I wonder if he's the raid boss in this area.
That beast came from the sky. After an overview of summoning spells was delivered to Kunlun, an opportunity arose to send troops out to places based on their valuable resources. Our witch ruler, the Queen Mother of the West, has grown impatient. She has begun a race against time. She claims that there is no one qualified in this land. Swaying softly in slumber on the shattered Rainbow Beach, she dreams of her return to bring about destruction to the world. Kolopatiron will discharge time-release beasts, and our queen will make them rain down upon the land like meteors. My new comrade Elias, acknowledge and accept the order from our Queen Mother of the West, and put an end to your curse obsession!
Elias!
The Enchantress said the magical beast came from the sky. She also said it's possible to send out troops to places. It's a declaration of invasion, which makes her my enemy.
I haven't understood a single word from this entire story.
Same here. : what? I hate Grim.
Can you shed some light on it for us?
Kolopatiron. That sounds like a genius's name. And I suppose that time-released enemies could mean eliminating flags.
So, like, say if you leave town, you'll have to face off with a whole bunch of final boss-level monsters ready to rock and rumble.
That can't be right. But I suppose that anything's possible.
For a saber!
I have learned a lesson from defeat. That this is not called collecting, but rather hunting. It is pathetic that you will all die by your own sword.
Konami!
Hey, Cognito!
Elias is fighting them. What happened?
I'm detecting abnormalities in Lord Elias's pulse and iris. Do you wish to be healed?
You cannot lift this curse! Get back! Get back! Stay out of the way!
It's probably best that we talk about this man to man. Wouldn't you agree, Elias? He's strong. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised by your strength. To the adventurers of Eldertale, you're legendary. I have fought by your side many times, and shared many victories with you. Never forget that to us, you are a hero!
Don't make me laugh with that hero nonsense! Because of the fairy curse, I can't even kill mugglers!
Elias can't reduce his opponent's HP to less than 25%. So, that's why Konami was running around without fighting back!
This curse that binds me! Know this. If following your orders will break away these chains, then I will accept any form of suffering!
If that's how it is, then go for it, Elias! I will be the villain in this fight!
What just happened?
Leonardo played the role of evil villain for Elias' sake like a true bro.
Oh yeah! That frog dude is totally an inspiration!
You guys, please sit down. If they are good friends, then why are they fighting each other?
I guess they're talking with their fists. Think I have got this figured out, my lord.
Yeah?
This is the power of men.
Huh?
What the hell is going on? Hey, Chenglu! Give us a report!
Yeah, about that. I really don't even know where I should begin. But to sum up, hustle over to Zone E. It's way in the back of Sirius Grotto.
Luckily, this fresh blood demon axe has the HP absorption effect. But to increase the HP recovery ability, I'll need to increase the damage that I inflict on my opponent. However... on its own, this two-handed weapon can wreak havoc like no other, but not without limitations. The Enchantress's attacks have the HP absorption effect too. If which means she can heal any damage I inflict on her. In that case... Shredding reminiscences. Nemosine's taboo. By offering my memories, I'll turn them into energy.
In return for MP recovery and enchantment, he let go of his own memories?
Milord wields his axe, hacking his enemy in a fierce, shocking blow! What is happening to me?
This is just the spin-off series.
Don't need to worry about running out of MP. I'm fueled up to the max.
No way! How did you do that?
The world is full of the type of challenges that you've been looking for. The missions you've been taking are too easy because you're not seeking out any treasures. It is only my humble opinion, but the people around you would be happy if you were just a bit greedier. A clever man should be hungry for that kind of action to a certain extent. Isn't that right, my lord?
Hey, little one, stay back.
I am not surprised. No wonder the Supreme Deity and Queen Mother favors you so highly. But you probably don't remember that, do you?
You mean Bukafi, the witch genius with tiger fangs, right? I remember.
But how? When did your memories return to you? And the curse? How on earth did you remove the spell?
Actually, I didn't remove the spell. But I happened to notice in the fine print that it's possible to take back my lost memories. Back then, I ended up stranded on Kunlun, an isolated island on the Rainbow Ocean. Bukafi wanted me to be her vassal, but I refused. And then, she gave me a negative status and tossed me aside. Although I've recovered most of my lost memories, it doesn't have that much impact on the here and now. But even so, I'm not fond of missing pieces. Those are my memories, and I've taken them back. Papas, that is your actual name, is it not? I used to think that there was no escape from a boring life, and I had grown to accept that. Then I met a woman who, despite her nobility, refused to give up on her dreams. Before long, I was able to find enemies to fight, and it drove my boredom away. And yet, now that I think of it, Shiro and the others were trying to make their mark on this land. DDD, that is where I belong. It is the only treasure I desire. And I won't let you take it away.
If you're not upset when something's taken away.
I will return to Yamato, but not yet. Because now it's killing time!
Master, its tail sensor is showing another reaction.
Is this the kind of thing Shiro would call hostility control?
Rear guards, prevent it from making any wide-range attacks! Advance guards, surround it and reduce its HP!
So, who's that kitty?
His name is Juan. He's our guild member. We met up right before we got here.
First, let's tackle Backlyway. Then we'll go find Mr. Frogman, along with Ellie and Cress while we're at it.
Yeah, let's do That's impossible! All forms of HP recovery should be blocked!
You ought to look over those curse details again. That thing is full of holes.
Contract technique. I remember telling Krusty about that. The contract document needs to be created just for its purpose. It requires rare materials, based on the scale of the wish, but there is a price to be paid for the wish to come true. Furthermore, to make it effective, all concerned parties need to agree and sign the contract.
I've paid no price, nor was there any agreement. No signature, nothing. Because of that, the effectiveness of the contract is quite limited.
I degenerated Elias, and I also apprehended you!
I was sure that victory was within my grasp!
You didn't apprehend me, Pop. I was just taking a little break. As for Elias, he probably just lost his way.
You
have my condolences.
Let's finish this! Shower him with attacks!
Hey, hero. You look like you've snapped out of it. Nice hit, huh?
Nice hit? You're kidding, right? That punch was totally pathetic. I barely even felt it.
I guess the fairy curse has already been lifted, hasn't it?
The curse can't be lifted!
Then explain to me how you reduced my HP to under 25%.
It took way too much time, though. I simply don't have enough power to go all the way.
Are you that hellbent on killing someone? Yeah, that must be why you want to get rid of the curse so bad.
Huh? No way. I've always wanted to protect my fellow adventurers. That's the reason.
Are you certain that fairy curse is actually a real curse?
So it's not a curse?
Well, as one of your biggest fans, I wouldn't consider it a curse. You know, I've always thought that it was a crystallization of your pledge.
My pledge?
Look, Elias, it's not that you can't kill someone. You just don't want to. You were like that in the game, too. Even when it would have been better to kill an enemy to get out of a pinch, you wouldn't go through with it. You either let them escape or got yourself captured. No matter what, you didn't kill because you just didn't want to. And not just monsters. People of the land, and even adventurers, too. It didn't matter who you were up against. You always stood by your vow. We've all read the story. I know it well. I basically have it memorized. I probably know it better than you do. So, I've got your back. What you have is a pledge. Don't hate on yourself by calling it a curse.
How did Elias have his curse removed?
The same way Krusty did. When his will reached a breaking point, he changed the rules.
After they met up, Milord and the others ventured to the old broadcast station site in the deepest part of Sirius Grotto.
You have proven the power of ruling this land. I am quite pleased. I hereby acknowledge your coronation and promote you from lost sheep to lost shepherd.
Madam Queen Mother of the West?
It's great to see you again. Now meet my friends.
Is that the boss genius Bookafee?
You mean the one Krusty met when he was in Kunlun? My lord, where exactly is Kunlun located?
It's probably on the moon.
With Bookafee defeated, Milord and the others continued their journey home to Yamato.
They all lived happily ever after. The end.
Hey, Shiro, did you ever manage to figure out what Krusty was trying to tell you?
I think I deciphered it. Non-adventurers can change the rules in this world if they know how. Or maybe it's that there's a possibility geniuses are manipulating the Elder Tales system. One thing that's for certain, Krusty is planning on going to the moon to fight more geniuses.
You cannot be serious! Would he really go to the moon to fight after all that's happened? There's no doubt Krusty is going.
He probably will.
Then when will he come back to Yamato?
We're talking about Milord here. He'd probably travel to a black hole for all we know.
It's hard to know for certain.
So it's an event horizon and not a log horizon.
That selfish brute. It is settled then. I will go and meet Sir Krusty on my terms.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, the princess representing the round table!
Now I get it.
Try to keep going. If we stop now, then the town of Akihabara will be...
I guess Shiro's at the guild building again.
He's been clawfully busy preparing for the new roundtable conference every single day.
It seems like forever since I've seen his face.
You're talking about him as if he's some deadbeat dad.
Is that the Konami puppet?
Bingo! Hey, Natsuku! Let me ask you a little something.
Okay.
It's a juicy one, Kay! So here it goes! Were Konami and Shiro ever an item? Were they?
Nyanta, should we talk about this?
Why not?
Well, I don't think they were. I'm pretty sure they were only friends. Just think of the stomach ulcers Shiro would have had if those two were dating. That's way too much anxiety for a guy like him.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's true, those two never had a real romantic relationship. If anything, they seem more like siblings, you know?
Yeah, that may be the case. But Shiro might have been in love with her regardless.
Surprisingly calm acceptance from Akatsuki.
What's in the past is in the past. Honestly, I'm glad to know. Not knowing was driving me crazy.
Oh, well. Do you want to play with the puppet now, Tsugu?
No.
Then who do you think would want to? Shiro, I have the report. Oh, are you okay?
Yeah. The oldest ancients.
The city planning division sure is keeping you busy.
It's mostly odd jobs here and there. The people just want to build a better Akihabara, so they bring their problems to us to solve.
I wish that there were more that I could do to help out. What all are you dealing with right now?
Let me see. Currently, there are 3 midterm issues.
Okay.
First of all is the relationship with Westland. Things have gotten complicated, especially with the Saigu family issue.
Right, got it.
Second is lunar contact. We need to get recon, but the place could be filled with enemies.
To do that, we'd have to build a huge antenna, and that'll cost us a lot of money, wouldn't it?
Money and technology. But now that Akihabara has about 100,000 pioneers, the task isn't completely out of reach.
Oh yeah. We've grown a bit, so that certainly helps.
The third is geniuses. There are the ones we've faced already, but there are other types that we still don't know much about. We'll need to be cautious.
Definitely.
I have to commend you for doing such a great job in the Shibuya raid. That helped, so thank you.
Thank me. Honestly, I should be the one thanking you since you were the one that rescued us from Hamelin. Me, Toya, and the other members you helped will be forever grateful to you.
Amazing. She's gotten so strong.
Head splitter!
That was excellent work, Mr. Toya.
Whew. I think that should do it for today.
Yeah, we've got plenty now.
I wonder how squad member Minori is doing right about now.
Squad member?
I think she should put herself out there more. Push a little harder. As a member of the new squad.
A member of what squad?
The Minori cheering squad that I'm leading.
Wait, you're the leader?
I'm Team Minori. She should get closer to Shiro now. Maybe show him a little affection. I think he's kind of a dense dude, so Minori will have to step up her game to get him to notice her.
So that's why you're always hanging around Rudy.
What? Oh my goodness, no way! Rudy's like a little puppy dog! Anyway, we're talking about Minori's love life, not mine.
Sounds like Isuzu's back to scheming again.
Yep.
What? There are people up ahead!
Oh, people of the land from the Wolffangs.
Hey, are you okay? We're hungry. Please give us something to eat.
Oh no! We've got some food.
Hey, don't worry. Look, we've got more! Whoa!
It must have been a while since they last had food.
Hey, where did you girls come from?
That was tasty. And
What now?
I'm not sure. I guess we leave them here. They're ranked higher than we are, and we've already cleared out all the monsters in the area, so...
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I love it when Beard Guy comes to visit. I get to chow down on my favorite treats.
Jeez, Garton, you're such a glutton.
Not a glutton, I'm growing. I heard that you've wandered off the straight and narrow path.
You mean leaving the Round Table Conference?
Yeah, why did you leave?
It's the nature of our job. Eastall and Westland have no hold over our people. We prefer to maintain political neutrality. We like to call it the pride of the postman. Here, Mr. Shiro sent these for you. He said he'd like to visit Minami at least once.
I can hardly wait.
Why are you writing letters when you can use the telepathic link? That would be easier, correct?
Naturally, it was Shiro's idea to use this method. Written documents do have their advantages, you know. Besides, we all know telepathic calls can be tapped, so it's better this way.
The soup of the day is a delicious curry served with cabbage and asparagus. We also have grass chicken sandwiches, so please help yourselves.
Ah, this'll fill me up.
This is delicious.
I've looked forward to the amazing meals you've been serving us every day.
They're all thanks to our guild's proud chef.
Everyone is getting along very well.
We've all come a long way, haven't we? Round Table Decrement wasn't exactly the most inviting name. Perhaps we would have had more members join if we came up with something cooler.
I'm just glad the master suggested that we eat something.
Everyone, there are many topics on the agenda today, so perhaps you should eat. If you don't eat something, you might end up with a bad attitude.
That's true. The chief's right on the money with that thought.
You should eat more. You look a little worn out, Shiro. Food will help keep your energy up.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm worried about her. The princess looks quite depressed.
Huh?
Princess, are you feeling all right today?
Not exactly. I would like to bring Sir Krusty back from the Yord continent, but I'm not sure if I'm able to do it. My duties, and my responsibilities, are preventing me from leaving town.
I might have a favorable solution. Perhaps this is an opportune moment for you to take a vacation, Princess. Especially since the Podarge pleasure craft is at your disposal. You can visit Yurid, while also enjoying the cruise at the same time.
Traveling by boat is divine. It's also safer than flying.
It's a win-win. You'll get some time off, and you'll be returning with an essential member of the new Round Table Conference. And then, once he's back, your workload will be reduced with Krusty's help.
I suppose you are right. I have never been on a cruise before. It sounds like heaven. It is settled. I accept this mission to retrieve Sir Krusty.
You have just generated a new quest. The D3 Hub supports the princess's decision.
Well done. Tell me, my lord, when did you come up with that idea?
The princess has stained the Saigu family's good name. While we improve relations with Minami, the princess being gone for a while is probably to our advantage.
That explains his creepy laugh the other day.
My goodness! Just when I think he couldn't get any darker, he does this?
We had another successful haul today.
We sure did.
Phew, I'm beat.
Welcome back! It's Minori! So, how did it go?
How? I didn't exactly have a chance to break the ice.
Come on! Nothing's ever going to happen if you don't ask him on a date soon.
But he's so busy lately.
Shiro is always going to be busy with something, so stop making lame excuses for the guy and ask him out already.
Toya, Minori, Isuzu!
Whoa, Kumomo! Long time no see!
You guys are looking good. You've changed since we last saw you. But have I really?
Did you guys hone your skills in battle training?
Yup, sure did. Hey, you've leveled up, Isuzu.
Yeah, likewise.
Who are your friends?
So right after the apocalypse, we were captured by a guild called Hamelin. But Shiro rescued all of us. He also saved me when I was in Susukino.
He saved me too.
I guess you guys have been working hard in Shiro's new guild.
Yep, it's a really comfortable place.
It's been a while, so we should do a quest together sometime.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Hey, what's with those two? They've been staring at us this whole time.
Well, you see...
We sort of stumbled on him in the forest.
They made it all the way out to the city?
Looks like they followed us here.
We did give them some food.
And I'll bet they're still hungry for more. Here.
So, why are they following you around? Do they want to come home with us or something?
I'm very sorry, but pets aren't allowed back at our place.
They're not our pets.
Wait, no way. These two are ancients.
Are you serious? I guess I missed that in their stats. The ancients are legends, like the Izumo Knights, and that guy Elias Hackblade. That's awesome!
But if these two are so awesome, then how'd they wind up in this state? They must have a special background story.
Regardless, we probably shouldn't leave them behind again.
Hey, I know. Let's ask Shiro what we should do.
Welcome back, everyone. What's wrong?
We just wanted to ask you a question. Have you ever owned a pet before?
No, not really.
But you do have a favorite animal, don't you? Like dogs, for example.
Yeah, I like dogs. Except for wolves. I'm not a fan.
What?
Izumo wolves are the worst.
Yes, I agree.
What?
Especially wolf sisters.
They're being oddly specific.
So why do you have a problem with wolves, Shiro?
I just don't have any fond memories with them. So what is this all about?
Well, you see? We found some pets, friends we'd like to bring here. Wow! Oh no, dead silence.
That's great news!
Huh?
I knew this day would come!
This is making me emotional.
To think that you guys would bring your friends here to visit with us? Buying a larger guild house was totally a smart move, huh?
Boy, the melodrama.
In that case, we must do our best to show our utmost hospitality to our first friends and make them feel welcome. We shall throw them a party tomorrow.
My lord, I've taken care of the delivery arrangements for the beddings.
Good thinking. This welcome party might end up turning into a sleepover.
I have some sent to Linesia's place, too. It'll increase her feminine powers. My lord, let's eat some red bean buns.
Oh. Okay. These are delicious.
Yeah, that shop makes them perfectly.
It feels good up here.
I agree, my lord.
It's strange to feel so at ease. Not even a lull in the conversation is bothering me.
The past is the past.
What?
You said that once before, that you'd have a place for yourself one day, but only after you made a place for others, right? It's not as if you created a guild just to fill the void of something you've lost.
Of course not.
It's very different now. You're no longer a part of the debauchery tea party. You're a Log Horizon Guildmaster.
Yeah.
To me, that's all that matters. Look, my lord! A rainbow!
Whoa, that's beautiful. This view is amazing. We've shared so many views together.
And I remember them all. The morning sun through the palm, the fireworks in my hama, the beach on the moon.
All right, break time's over. Let's go.
Yes, my lord.
Check out this spread!
That's yummy! Hey guys, they're here! Meet our friends!
Wowee!
Wow.
You're kidding me.
What's wrong, Shiro?
Allow me to introduce...
Let's eat first. Your guests look like they must be hungry.
So, what are your names and who are you?
Hi! It's nice to meet all of you that haven't met us before! I'm Lika! Lika Mofer, the 28th Permanent Honorary Underground Empire Emperor and Kotatsu Guardian Lord! The end! Now, if you don't mind, more food, please!
Idiot! You dummy! Where are your manners? I'm very sorry about that. I am Lilia Mofer, this dummy little sister's guardian. I'm not really sure how, but all our money has vanished. Please take care of us and give me more food.
That was the weirdest introduction ever.
So, Chief?
Well, there's certainly no doubt about it. Those two are definitely the famous Mofer sisters.
These sisters are famously useless.
They're useless? Why?
I think I've heard about them before.
They're characters who have been here since the beginning of Elder Tales. Back then, players could only reach a maximum level of 50.
They're at 65 now, which is still pretty high ranking.
Right. It's said that they are the oldest of the Ancients, also referred to as the Child Guardians. It's also said that they founded the Izumo Knights.
No way! The Wolf Girls did that?
Since so much time has passed, what have you two been up to?
My sister and I have been living in a cavern-type place, but then one day, the entrance became blocked and we were trapped inside.
With no way out, we've been hibernating in a kotatsu all this time.
For about 50 years.
50 years?
That's the time in the game world. Whenever an expansion pack is launched, power inflation makes them appear far less. New ancients took over the role of main characters, and the entrance to their dungeon is blocked even now.
Wow, so by the time I started Elder Tales, the child guardians were already long forgotten.
It's almost like they were written out of the game. That sucks.
I feel so bad for them. They don't deserve your pity! Huh? Shiro, come here!
You're pulling too hard!
Listen to me. You can't be serious about keeping them here!
Keeping them? They're not pets, Tetra.
The Amardol Scale Search! I will never forget that horrible, awful quest!
What scale search?
I'm eavesdropping.
It's one of the notorious quests on the Yamato server. The quest requires you to obtain a certain secret treasure class item from the scales of big lizards. First, you needed 1,000 scales for a prototype, then 3,000 scales.
3,000?!
I frantically collected 3,000 scales. I wanted that item so dang bad. But then it went completely downhill. I entrusted that useless sister with my scales, but she traded them for a stupid pot that asked me first.
Oh, lame!
It wasn't easy, but I collected more scales. And gave them to the older sister this time. That girl totally destroyed them on purpose!
That's unforgivable. I would have been furious.
I busted my butt a third time collecting scales, and had both sisters transporting them this time. But they gave them to some guy from a restaurant as payment for an overdue tab. In the end, I had to collect those scales 4 times. Grand total, 13,000 scales!
I understand your pain.
Jeez, I'm sure glad I wasn't playing back then.
Nope. Unfortunately, a lot of quests in the beginning were kind of sloppy.
Shiro!
Huh?
The sisters, can they please stay here with us? They don't have anywhere to go.
I know it's probably a lot to ask of you, but they're not bad.
Yeah, I guess I'm starting to like them.
Sure, they like to eat a little bit of food, but what's wrong with that?
So by a little, you mean a lot, right?
Okay, so it's a lot, but still.
Okay, fine. The past is the past.
What?!
My mind's made up. From here on out, they're our friends. Everyone happy?
Thanks, Shiro.
Excellent choice, my lord.
Everyone, pardon me. Could you join me over here for a moment? Would you mind relaying to the rest of the group what you told me earlier? What brought the two of you to Akihabara?
An eating tour of Yamato.
No, the other thing.
Oh, sorry. Leeka and I were following after an evil presence.
An evil presence? So was it a monster?
Leeka doesn't know, but I think his name was Uranus.
Uranus, huh? Hey, Shiro. So if it's on its way to Akihabara right now, then that means...
that we're most likely dealing with a genius. For whatever reason, Akihabara is being targeted.
Akihabara is being targeted?
By a real big scary guy named Uranus. Leeka tried to fight him once, but he was too strong. The brave warriors of the Protector Knights, Mush, Inoki, and Porcini, they all got injured in the fight too.
Who are the Protector Knights?
You weren't the only one fighting them, Leeka. I was there too, you know.
So how long ago did this happen?
It's been about 10 days since then, Shiro.
Shiro?
Sounds like that fight was a raid.
All the monsters in the Underground Empire joined the enemy's side and started attacking us. So we were like, forget this, and then we ran away.
That's interesting.
Shiro, are we okay?
The sisters are at level 65, and they're good fighters, which means the enemy is at most level 70. That's much lower than the summoner genius Terracton.
Okay, but there are other types of geniuses at different levels, like Kamaisar.
Oh no.
We probably don't need to worry about anything just yet. I'll report it to the Roundtable Conference just in case.
You're so cute! It's
That's now or never, squad member Minori. You get your cute butt in that office and ask Shiro out on a date.
But
Come in.
Okay, I'm coming in.
Adoration.
It was really nice of you to let the sisters stay with us for a while. Thank you so much.
It's kind of nice to have them here. They've also been a wealth of information. However, some of what they said concerns me. But on the plus side, at least they gave us a heads up.
They've been helpful.
We fought Terracton together, so you know intel is essential. In order to win a raid, information is everything. You have to know your team, their powers, equipment, and skills. If you have enough supplies, the terrain of the battlefield, and most importantly, know your foe. So your decision to let the girls stay here was a wise move, Minori.
Ah! Oh, yeah, it totally was, right?
So those sisters aren't so useless after all.
Did they really do something bad to Tetra?
Yeah, sort of. It's actually a funny story, but you guys have all passed level 50, right?
Yep.
Back in the early days of Elder Tales, the maximum level used to be 50. We had to fight raids at that level. It was a lot harder back then.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Even now, raids usually start around that level. So it's about time you guys start practicing and get ready for tougher raids. Now you can learn class-specific supreme skills, too.
Yep. Like Right of Divine Possession, right?
And that is?
It only lasts for a given period of time, but it powers up all your other skills.
Figured it out?
I think I have a handle on it now, but its recasting time is really long, so timing its use is critical.
Right, that skill was originally designed for raid use. But I'm really sorry.
Huh?
I've left you guys alone for too long. Once things calm down, maybe I'll take you on a raid during my summer break.
Do you mean it?
Sure. I guess we can do that. So anyway, make sure you and the others are ready to go.
Right!
Oh, hello, Mrs. Suzu.
Always studying. So what you reading now?
I'm researching all the practical uses of Flash Needle.
Oh yeah?
Ow! Hey, what gives?
It's so not fair that you're always sparkly and well-groomed.
Huh?
That's why I want to give you and Minori makeovers, because it's almost too easy. Plus, it's more fun than dressing myself up any day.
Then why did you yank on my ear so hard?
Because it relaxes me.
Well, lucky me. You seem to be in a good mood today.
Uh-huh. Minori let me pick out the clothes that she's wearing today. When she's dressed up that cute, even serious Mr. Shiro's heart will go pitter-patter. Don't you think she's just way too adorable to resist, Rudy? Hey, you listening?
Look, Missy Suzu,
What's up?
all of this stuff with Miss Minori, please stop. You're pushing her way too much.
What? It's like an unspoken rule among girls to root for each other's love interests. I'm only encouraging squad member Minori to have more self-confidence. Jeez, Rudy, you really don't know anything about women at all.
I'm sorry. I've taken up too much of your time today.
Not at all.
Actually, it'd be really great to go out scouting with you.
Oh?
Or maybe we could go shopping? Then I can prepare for a raid. Oh, could you teach me all about supplies? Oh no, I knew I shouldn't have asked.
You seem pretty enthusiastic about it. All right, I'll think it over. Yeah, I think I can find some time for that.
Okay. That's what happened. I can't believe that I finally had the guts to do it. Wow, I'm so proud of you.
But you still don't know when you're going, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll think it over is too non-committal. You're gonna have to stay on him.
I know, but at least he's considering it. That thought is giving me so much life right now.
Whatever you say.
Yeah, this is a good spot. Now, teacher system on. Okay, time for training. I'll be participating in the battles with you, so let's do our best today. I want to see the Mofur sisters in action, so Toya and Sarara, you can sit out the first round.
Actually, that might be kind of difficult.
Master, looks like the Wolf sisters haven't shown up.
Where are they?
Wow, pretty! Lika thinks that's an edible mushroom!
We can make mushroom au gratin.
I know! Let's look for Toya!
Oh man, why me?
I'm sure there's much to prepare. What all do we have to do?
How do I put this? It's as if we have a great idea for a movie, but we've only come up with the title so far. Something like Operation Rescue Mr. Krusty, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying About Coming Home from Vacation on the Urid Continent and Do My Real Job.
It would be helpful if we had a clear idea of the goods we need for the expedition. If this were just a raid on the Yamato server, we'd be fine. But this is our first excursion to a foreign server after the apocalypse. The scale is unprecedented.
On top of that, we cannot assume what Milord's next move will be. I find it difficult to believe that he'll make the effort to return to the Yamato server. He's probably just wandering around out there.
Probably.
Not only did he have a sword fight with Elias Hackblade, but he's defeated a genius too.
And when he's not playing the hero, he's probably getting an ego boost from followers he gained, compiled of simple-minded small-town girls and cute little animals. Yes, even I can easily predict how that basic man would choose to spend his time.
I can practically see it. Then perhaps we do not need to rescue him after all. And yet, I cannot help but worry. Please do not worry, Princess. There are veteran members from D3 that I can send in along with you.
So then are you not coming along with me?
I'm afraid not. Staying in Akihabara will help me improve upon my skills. I must also take full responsibility for breaking up DDD. I cannot leave just to see my lord again, and besides, I wouldn't be able to look him in the eye.
Then who will step in as the princess's guard?
I'll take that responsibility. And give Milord a lecture.
Whoa! Sounds like fun.
Now then, let's discuss what's required.
All right.
Mr. William! I didn't know you were here in Akihabara.
Yeah. I'm here to buy items I need for a raid.
That's perfect timing. May I ask you something? You've been on several raids and have quite a bit of experience. Can you give me any advice?
Oh, absolutely. It's important that you must remain calm. Even in a pinch, you have to keep your cool. And remember, don't make your comrades worry.
Keep a close eye on your comrades. Success will be guaranteed as long as you work harmoniously as one unit. Understand?
You're gonna make a lot of mistakes in your first raid, and don't fear death. In fact, use your death as a learning tool.
Remember, the most important thing is preparation, but please be warned, not everything will always go as planned, even with a thorough review.
Learning about raids has shown me just how little I knew about them in the first place. But hopefully all these tips I got from everyone will come in handy. And I'll be ready for my shopping date with Shiro! Please give me seconds, Nyan Nyan!
Nyan Nyan?
It's rude to give Master a nickname.
It's kind of hard to admit that you Mofur sisters are both older than me.
I know, right?
Excuse me, Minori. You busy today?
Nyan Nyan.
We could go shopping, just like you mentioned.
Yeah, sure! Huh? Alright! I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Are you ready to go?
First, we'll go to Superclass Market.
Okay. Wow, there's so much stuff here.
When preparing for a raid, the most important items are resistance potions. With general secret treasure class equipment, the damage from same level alignment magic attacks can be reduced by an average of 25%. That's the type of equipment you want when you go into battle.
Like the Celestial Maiden's Robe and Spring Crimson Hakama?
Of course, that's the average for all 6 alignments, but keep in mind various equipment will have their strengths and weaknesses. For example, one can reduce fire damage by 40%, but is weak against frost.
Got it!
If you have info on the raid boss beforehand, then you'll have the upper hand.
So we should consider its alignment and prepare the best items for it, is that right?
Exactly. But buying equipment can get quite expensive. And if you're only focused on reducing alignment damage, your equipment can be less effective and unbalanced.
Oh, I see.
When it comes to spells, they're best for small parties. Your range of protection is often limited, making it hard to defend your whole unit. So what would you need for a larger party?
You'd need to supply everyone with potions.
Right again. Once you use them, they're gone, but great to have when you're away from your healer. And if you're using resistance potions, alignment attack power can be reduced by 15% for about 15 minutes.
That makes a big difference, but I'm worried I don't have enough in my budget for everything.
High-end products can be expensive, but you should stock up on items more suited to levels
These
50
are
through
kind of
60.
pricey.
Huh? Hey, these are cheaper than I thought.
Wow, you grabbed a lot. What do I do? I've heard the #1 reason that couples break up is because of money problems. No, I'm getting sidetracked. He's giving me a lecture. Pay attention.
Antidotes and revival orbs are also important. Healer spells can perform the actions of both, but on the other hand, you can reduce the burden on your healer if you decide to use them. I think this should be enough. You get all that? It's the basic supply list. All 24 members of your team should be equipped with at least 10 of each item. Once you have those, then you can start preparing items for each class.
I know I can carry everything if I use my magic bag, but do I really need all this stuff for every raid?
I heard when Shiroechi went to Ezo, that overzealous man brought enough raid supplies with him to equip at least 300 members.
I guess raids really do require this much, especially if Shiro went through all that trouble. Noted.
I wonder if Minori is having fun on her date.
Looks like Sarara didn't come either.
She told me that she had to go gather ingredients with Nyanta today. I hope Sarara's having a good time on her outing too.
We've reached Botarel Wasteland. I've never been here before.
This would be around real Goku in our world, huh?
Seriously, I have zero time for this training stuff. It's like I'm almost too popular for my own good.
Hey, don't talk like that, man. I mean, baby.
Miss Tetra, when will the enemy get here?
I told you to call me Tetra Baby. Gah! Tora Baby. Teto Baby! You're not helping. Your sparkling galaxy-style goddess starlet teachers got you covered for today, so who's ready to fight?
Let's go!
That's the spirit. When's lunchtime? Curse your stomachs! Okay, roll call!
Toya!
Rudy!
Isuzu! I'm hungry! Lee Ketu! Alrighty! Today you'll be fighting against some hill giants!
Uh-oh. That sounds bad. Question!
Go ahead.
Giants are super big, right?
So big! After today, you'll be ready to fight even bigger enemies! Yahoo! How big though? Of all people, you should know that! Number 1, your enemies are usually big. It's like an unwritten law for raid bosses.
Challenge accepted.
Today's lesson is basically a warm-up. By the way, I'm not using the teacher system because it reduces my sparkle! Okay, back in a jiffy. Get ready! Training starts now!
What? No warning?
Leading guilds use this training method called pull and slash! Basically, noobs gotta fight a lot of enemies, but I'm using pacification! Not fair! Tetsuha's reducing their hostility level to avoid being attacked!
That's really big!
Here we go, guys! Cool, they're ready for the next batch!
Samurai's challenge!
Almost lava! Serpent Bolt Fire! Dang! I can't keep up with them!
I'm not ready! Oh god, I'm just not ready! Ew, gross, he's naked! Stay away from me! Touch! It's not like I'm holding a grudge against anyone! Alright, my boys, do your worst!
Okay, what are these?
Let's see. The left is a cherry tree twig Hitokata. It strengthens your amount of defense. And the right is a princess goldfish Hitokata. It extends the range of damage blocking spells, am I right?
Sure are. Great job. Minori, having fun?
Of course I am! This has all been super helpful, like a lightning crash course on raids.
Glad to hear it. This has been a refreshing experience for me too. So thank you.
You're welcome, but really I should be thanking you. I can't believe that you paid for all my items from the market, Shiro.
No problem. Let's call it a congratulations gift. It makes me really happy that you've become so interested in raids.
I have to admit, I'm a little overwhelmed keeping track of all these items, like knowing which to use and when to use them. Part of me doesn't want to use any of them at all so they don't go to waste. It'll be a tough call.
Don't worry so much. When the time's right, you'll know exactly what to do. If you really want to win, the items will tell you when to use them. I believe in you, Minori.
Thanks!
Isaac,
Oh, hey, Shiro. Nothing to report over here. We've been on guard for at least a week, but this Uranus guy still hasn't shown up anywhere.
I see.
Are we sure this guy's legit? Intel came from those useless sisters, right?
I believe he's the real deal.
I'm not too worried about him. He's level 70 or so, right? Even a team of sloppy drunks should be able to get the job done. Catch you later.
I've been looking for you, Minori.
Hey, Akatsuki.
Aren't you dedicated?
Well, kinda. I can memorize them easier with everything organized.
Got a minute? I'll be using the teacher system, so I need to have a member in front of me.
Oh, sure. I forgot that you're chaperoning us tomorrow. Are you getting a head start or something?
My movement and agility are affected whenever I reduce my level. I want to check it out first to see what I can do.
Whoa, she's amazing.
How was your shopping trip with my lord?
Huh?
Did you learn anything?
Yeah, sure did.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
A smile?
I am also a beginner when it comes to raids.
Really?
To tell you the truth, I've only been in 2 raids before. My lord needs me, so I have to get stronger.
Me too! I mean, I want to be stronger for Shiro.
Then just keep working hard. My lord is your teacher. I know you will get stronger.
Thank you. I wonder what Shiro thinks about when he's in the middle of a raid. I wonder what sorts of things he sees. I hope that I can catch up to him one day. He's so... Good morning, everyone! Huh? Where is everyone?
Minori!
Thank goodness! I was starting to think I was the only one here.
Something kind of weird's going on.
The adults are totally MIA.
Huh?
And the Mofer sisters. They're always the first ones to wake up and ready to devour breakfast.
And what's up with the color of the sky?
Everything's a little bit odd. It's really starting to creep me out.
You guys, this isn't good.
Huh?
Akihabara is likely under attack.
Wait, an attack? From who?
Of course, it's Uranus!
The genius Uranus?
Yep, Shiro said that he's the one targeting Akihabara.
If that's the case, we need to get moving and find everyone.
Wait.
Huh?
Akatsuki!
Hey, check out that monster. No shouldn't be popping up around here, right?
If you want my advice, we shouldn't be impulsive. We should come up with a plan instead. Let's split up and examine the surrounding area. We need to gather as much intel as we can.
Got it.
Labyrinth in Akihabara.
Everyone's vanished. Marielle, Hien, everyone. Is it possible that Marielle overslept?
Henrietta would definitely be up by now. They must really be gone.
But wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why would everyone disappear except for us?
Telepathic links out.
I wonder where the heck Nyanta and Akatsuki wound up.
Short Stuff's supposed to be chaperoning the youngsters' next hunt, but I can't imagine what's up with Nyanta.
Then let's all head back to the guild house. If we leave now, then we'll get there soon.
That's assuming we don't get lost first. The streets turned into a maze and the sky's all creepy. This isn't Akihabara. What happened?
Something placed us here. It's a dungeon.
Wait, placed us here? But we're still in... Huh?
You guys heard Danny's been spotted!
Chief! Okay. Maybe I had one too many. Wait, trains? Is this Akihabara Station?
Good morning.
Not sure how good it is yet. How did we get here? Last I remember, we were out drinking, then we wound up here somehow.
Mr. Isaac.
Hey, were you with us last night? It's a goblin.
Nothing in Akihabara seems normal right now.
I'm starting to understand. We're in a dungeon, right?
Not only that, but this is a raid.
If it's a raid, that's all I need to know. Get ready!
Ready! Princess Lanessia and her attendants aren't here, just as we thought.
On our way over here, we didn't see a single person of the land. Which means...
So you didn't see anybody?
I suppose it's possible that we might be.
What?
Never mind. Is the telepathic link working?
No, it's still out. I think Reese should be headed this way soon, though.
That's not good.
Damn it, we came out at the wrong place again! Bastards! William, check out your surroundings! Keep your guard up! I can sense more coming this way.
He must be the guy we've been looking for.
Are you a subject for Federation?
What'd he say? You get any of that?
I'll protect us. With reactive healing.
Don't waste the spell. He might be a genius, but he's low level. Bring it on! Huh? What the? My strength's gone!
Oh no! My strength is gone!
Takayama, behind you!
Die, freak!
Huh? You guys hear that?
All right. The guild building is south of us, so we must be in the north block. I thought we were heading in the wrong direction.
It could be that the three of us are incompatible with Akihabara. And here I thought things would be easy breezy after leaving Susukino.
I really hope everyone else is okay.
There's probably no cause for concern.
Look out! Nice try! Paralyzing blow!
That Cerberus was level 65. We're lucky just the one showed up.
That thing was raid ranked, too.
Based on the display, that was a full raid monster. We'll need more comrades if this keeps up.
Disperse! Great. Here they come! Let's do this!
Don't let your guard down on my account. Withdraw now!
William!
Let's go. Why does my body feel so dang heavy?
I don't know.
Quick, let's get inside.
Wait just a second, what is this?
I believe it's safe to assume this is not our normal kitchen.
Does this mean we randomly got thrown somewhere else again?
Yeah, let's take a break. It doesn't look like we can meet up with Minori and the others.
Wow, this stuff works fast. My eyes are like binoculars.
I'll still keep watch over this area. However, arrow fey drops are handy. You managed to snag a rare item. Good job.
If I see a rare item, I can't keep myself from buying it right then.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to have that problem. You know, I'm kinda like that too.
I know, right? And also, Shiro bought a ton of rare stuff from the market. But
When the time's right, you'll know exactly what to do. If you really want to win, the items will tell you when to use them. I believe in you, Minori.
he was right. I knew exactly when to use this. Akatsuki, look! Adventurers down below!
All of them are level 35. That's so weird. All the adventurers we've seen are the same level.
So weird. Adventurers below level 50 shouldn't even really be here. That was one of the instructions from the Round Table Conference.
But why would their levels have changed?
I'm not positive, but it seems that those with higher levels are being reduced.
Like Shiro and the others?
Probably. If that's the case, then we're a bit higher level than they are. I'm 59, maybe because I used the teacher system to reduce my level before everything happened.
So, even if we could meet up with Shiro, it wouldn't matter.
Right. They'd end up being a burden.
This is bad.
I know. But we'll figure it out.
Without their help?
That's right. We're on our own this time.
Right!
What's going on here?
We're in a raid.
Of course we are.
Avoid fighting him.
I've had enough of this! All right, fire away! The blinder should be work... Oh, crap! What the hell is this? So that's why you warned us against fighting.
I'm glad we're on the same page now.
There are only 4 of us at level 35, facing full raid monsters.
We don't stand a chance against this guy!
But what do we do?
If we die now, it'll be a total loss.
I'll attack first. Cover me!
I'll record the enemy's encounters to learn their characteristics.
All right, Supreme Commander. Show us what you got.
If I can gather enough information from the fight, we might turn our defeat into a win.
We're all level 35? How did that happen?
I heard this sound. A chime. Like when your level is reduced by utilizing the teacher system.
So that's when our levels dropped.
Is that so-called genius responsible for this?
Remember when Row 2 sent us that letter? She concluded it with a note about geniuses.
Yeah, I remember. She said they used monsters from the moon.
Geniuses are travelers like we are, but they're also intelligent entities around rank 2. When they came to this world, there were pre-existing monstrous forms on the moon with high combat skills, and they put them to use.
I had speculated that these monstrous forms originated from the monster data retrieved from the new Novosphere Pioneers expansion pack, and that the geniuses had used the bodies of those monsters in Elder Tales.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. So far, the geniuses we've seen have been similar to the Elder Tales monsters.
In any case, mediums are something they need. No, they're essential to them. So here's what I'm thinking. Based on the sizes of previous expansion packs, I guessed the new races were added to existing data, and the number of new raid bosses had to be at most 50.
If it's anything like the usual expansion packs, then that sounds about right.
If that's all the geniuses were really doing, I have been under the assumption that we could handle any situation that might arise. However...
But that's not all, is it?
In the same way that we adventurers can act to our advantage because we're all so well acquainted with the rules of the game, the geniuses, though, are taking advantage of the game's system itself. They also gain strength using a method similar to oral arts. In fact, some enemies' existences might even be like oral arts themselves.
That's insane!
Then, that sound you heard.
This time, they found a way to use the teacher system. All adventurers of a certain level or above probably get their levels reduced to 35, our current level. So now we can't handle the weapons and equipment for anything above level 35. The geniuses are attacking us with oral arts that they've created.
Oh, that's not a big deal.
Huh?
There's no need to get all worked up over this, Shiro.
Huh?
Come on, we're the adventurers in Elder Tales! We've been through millions and billions of raids before, right? I got some great advice from Hiko Peepee.
Hiko Peepee?
Oh, that's my name for Kazuhiko. He told me everything about the Tea Party's raid philosophy.
Please, refresh my memory.
It goes like this!
There's no such word as defeat in the Tea Party's dictionary because we're always on our way to victory.
Cute, ain't it?
What's wrong?
That doesn't sound like something he'd say.
But it does sound like some random thing Konami would say.
Go! And here I thought it was a nice little pep talk! Wow, that's a rare sight. Shiro's actually laughing.
Whew, I needed that. We'll need more information, but first, let's plan out a move.
Good to see you. I knew at least somebody from the round table had to be here.
Did you come from the cathedral?
Yeah, no matter how many times I get revived, I never get used to it. At least it gave me the chance to come here. So, how is the princess?
Fine. She's cautiously standing by.
Did you guys end up fighting and dying on the other side too?
Actually, we died right here. There was a lot of destruction to the garden during the fight, but it's not here now. The changes to the landform in the other Akihabara apparently don't apply to this version of the garden.
So that means that place was...
An instance. I'm not certain, but I'm thinking that's what it was.
Okay, back up a second. So you're saying an instance is like a temporary space, right? Aren't instances created when multiple parties are about to coincide in the same dungeon?
That's right. In this temporarily created space, you can fight monsters without interruption from other parties and keep any treasures you find all to yourself. It becomes a zone made specifically for your exclusive use.
Crap! I don't think we can go any further than this.
Maybe not, but we've obtained valuable intel.
Yeah, you got that right.
What intel?
We know that the Kingpin is in that building.
It certainly looks like it.
There are multiple mid-sized guilds with several new members inside there, just like the Crescent Moon Alliance.
Miss Sarara.
Yes, it does not seem as though the people of the land have been affected. On the contrary, there has been quite a commotion stirring up over the adventurer's sudden disappearance.
Maihama hasn't reported anything unusual. Akihabara seems to be the only place being targeted.
The villain's prediction was correct. Our enemy is Despair Genius Uranus, level 65.
Did you actually fight him? That will provide us with important information.
Well, important or not, we just can't give it to the other side. Once we're kicked out, we can't go back.
I see. Go on.
The rule states that we can't re-challenge a raid for a certain period of time. However, there's a catch.
Yeah, exactly. On the other hand, we could wake up there the next morning right back where we started. But our levels will remain reduced. Even if we could go back, we're screwed.
Someone is just toying with us, and we're simply at their mercy.
So that's it then? We're sitting ducks?
Unless someone on the other side can resolve it. But who the heck knows how long they'll be able to hang in there.
Huh? What's that?
Lilia! Nika!
Useless sisters!
Tetra! And scissors! 4 o'clock!
Scissors is a co-op tactic where you switch enemies in a specific way. When someone yells scissors, you know exactly how to move.
Shiro, take this!
Now, activate Castle of Stone!
Castle of Stone is a defense skill that voids all types of damage for 10 seconds. This takes care of the level difference problem.
Having to fight enemies of this level is pathetic.
It's a shame you feel that way because that was tremendous. You helped us out immensely by reducing its hit points by a sizable margin.
This is incredible. It has info on every monster that they've encountered. All their stats.
Will it help us out?
It's given us more possibilities. We can win.
Finally, some good news.
Tetra, cast Pacification and remove Lilia and Lika's hostility.
You got it! Pacification!
So the Ancients got dragged into this space too. That's odd.
I'm so sorry, Tetsuo and Shiro.
What's wrong?
Sorry. We're so stupid. We're sorry those monsters found us. I'm the one who's sorry. Everything is my fault. Please don't be mad at me. I'm the one the monsters found, after all. Hey, it's okay! Worrying is no way to become a popular starlet like me. I just so happen to know a thing or two about popularity. I'm sorry, Tetsuo baby. Sorry I lost all your skills that time. I really didn't mean to. I lost so many of your skills, Tetsuo. Lika's really sorry. When you guys came to the Underground Empire, we had so much fun playing with everyone.
So you mean you remember meeting me way back then?
Of course Lika remembers meeting you. Tetsuo baby's an amazing singer. You gave us lots of your scales. You were always singing.
I didn't realize it. No, I just didn't want to think about it. Back then, these two were just characters in a game to me. To think that they remember us after all this time.
I can't believe that these sisters have been living in this world all along. That's amazing.
Living all alone, waiting for us to come play. But we forgot about them, and they still waited.
I am having a lot of conflicting feelings right now, okay? I'm not crying, you're crying!
Wait a minute. They're both still level 65. What if adventurers at level 65 or less weren't affected?
Shiro! We've got company!
You said that Akatsuki's chaperoning the younger ones, right? Any chance she uses the teacher system?
I mean, she probably does, but shouldn't we be coming up with an attack plan instead?
What's on your mind, Shiro? Have you found a way out?
Possibly. So many of the young ones are brimming with potential. Also, Akatsuki is with them. She doesn't have a lot of experience with raids, but she's strong. Listen up. Now, you two. We need your help. Go track down Minori and Toya. Find Isuzu and Rundle House, too. It's very important that you get this book to them. Now run as fast as you can. They're going to need your protection and help fighting.
We're gonna die here, aren't we?
You can count on us, Shiro.
Good luck, guys. Let's go.
I can see another monster in the east, and it's also raid ranked.
We need to find other adventurers whose levels didn't get reduced. If this turns into a raid, we'll need all the help we can get.
And also, we'll need information.
To win a raid, information is everything. You have to know your team, their powers, equipment, and skills. If you have extra supplies, the terrain of the battlefield, and your foe's behaviors and abilities.
What should I do? I need more info. Akatsuki!
What?
Look over there! 2 people! It's Lilia and Lika, and they're level 65! Minori! Akatsuki! Shiro sent us! You saw Shiro?
He asked for our help. We're supposed to give this to you.
But things are about to get scary, cuz... I gotta fight those monsters over there!
The monsters we're up against are level 65, and on top of that, they're raid ranked. Reese's notes are spot on. It's like reading a detailed walkthrough on a cheat site.
Everyone, get inside! Crap, more monsters?
Assume formation! Sorora, you're up! Okay, here we go!
Good work back there, Miss Sarara.
Thank you for coming outside to get us. Yes, thank you very much!
So, can we use this door?
Yes, but the zone settings seem a bit unstable.
So why is that? 17 monsters, but there are exactly 24 of us in our group. We're inside a dungeon. It was created using Akihabara's map data. There are monsters filling up the streets, and they'll also be located inside big structures, like this guild building. And according to our notes, Shiro believes that once we get to the top floor of this building, we'll find the raid boss and ringleader of this strange event.
It's the despair genius, Uranus. He's super big and scary!
It seems like none of the high-level adventurers are in Akihabara anymore.
Adventurers at level 70 and up, they all had their levels forcibly reduced, and were likely defeated.
That explains why we didn't see Marielle or the others when we woke up this morning.
Then how is it you're still here, Akatsuki?
I happened to use the teacher system last night, and then it automatically reduced my level.
What? Hold on a minute.
Then we're the only ones left?
Right. If we're going to make it through this situation, we have no other choice. The 24 of us here are the only ones who can challenge the raid.
Despair genius.
What? Are you sure about this?
There's no way.
I don't know. I don't have much raid experience.
You really think all of us can beat a raid boss? That's crazy talk.
Of course they're worried. It's only natural. Shiro's notes said to find more raid members, and that they'd be at the guild building. I wonder if he meant everyone that joined the Crescent Moon Alliance after they were rescued from Hamelin. You'll all be more successful in a raid if you know each other well. However...
If we sit back and do nothing, will the situation change?
Right, if we wait, will we be rescued?
Once your level has been reduced, it probably won't go back to normal. Unless we beat the raid boss. Defeating the genius is our only option.
So then, nobody's coming to help us out?
I don't know what to say. I don't want to give them false hope. I also can't force them to fight. What should I do? How do I ease their minds?
Let's go kick some butt! Come on, let's fight! We can do it! Together we can win!
But there's still a chance that we'll lose.
Of course, there's always a chance we'll lose this raid. But... we shouldn't sit and wait! We should all take action!
Why is everyone so shocked?
Because we all remember what waiting feels like. It wasn't even that long ago either. Nearly all of the people standing in this room were held captive in Hamlin. We thought if we waited that someone would come to the rescue. It gave us hope for a while. But as the days passed, we gave up on hope. We had no other way to survive back then.
And after that day we met Shiro, we followed his lead and our lives were changed. And along the way, other people helped us too.
All we could do was run. Yeah, we didn't know any better.
And then we opened the door and ran outside. We just did what we were told to do.
This time, we're gonna all walk through that door together. And we're not running away. We're gonna move forward!
Let's do it!
Yeah, why not?
Count me in. We can do this. Isn't that right, everyone?
It is just one battle.
She's right. One raid, no Nikki. Yeah, it's like we're getting a Hamlin do-over.